When I'm alone, I'm gonna go with glass bowls, dude. Not even bong, bro. Glass bowls is my shit, dude. I really like them, but when they're clean. Like if as soon as they start accumulating just a little bit of residue, it starts smelling, and I don't like it anymore. And it tastes like ash because it accumulates ash too, you know. So in that sense, I like them, but when they're clean. Like for example, like this one is already getting dirty. I don't know if you guys can see it in the bottom. It's supposed to be clear, no color, and that shit's already.
Oh man, dude, that could have ended badly. Ooh. Clipped, man.
Poor Rhino, poor Rhino, dude.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do it. What up?
How's it going, everybody?
Welcome back to Indicouch podcast.
Hell yeah, man. Gotta add the podcast at the end of it, man. Make it
of course, man. We're professional, you know.
Podcast.
And well, I'm Eddie Fernandez, like always.
And I'm your host, Vini MC. And welcome to the chillest spot on the internet, man.
Hell yeah, man. We got very
what's the best way of putting this one, dude? A topic that's near and dear to our hearts. You could say.
You can see it by the way we spell it in the title.
Hell yeah, man.
But yes, we are talking about weed today.
It's
a special day.
Special day, man. One of the biggest contributors and promoters of this content, this channel, a lot of the things we do, man.
Speaking of, I just had like a flash idea, dude. That for 420 in April, we should like do some sort of special, man.
Shit,
and
dude,
like,
that makes sense.
Now that people are gonna see this on YouTube, comment or on Instagram or whatever, make a comment on what you would like to see us do or whatever on 420. You know?
Hell yeah, man! Any ideas for a 420 special? That would be fire. Actually,
yeah, dude.
That's a fucking dope idea.
And it's like
definitely should do that.
It's like a couple months away, dude.
Yeah, it's a great plan. Like it's a perfect time to start planning it, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Get a couple ideas in, man. Get a couple viewer suggestions. Hell yeah.
Well, speaking of weed, should we get to it, man?
Yeah, man. Absolutely. The moment we've been waiting for.
Today is also a special day because we are estrenando.
Yeah, bro. Let's say like we're introducing the new character, man. One of our new.
It's called The Force. That's what the name came up to be.
When you show pieces.
It was my fourth piece. And I just said like The Force. Oh, it's The Force now. So yeah, man. We're gonna hit the shit now, man.
Hell yeah, man.
Alright, bro.
Good shit, man. So like while we hitting it, man, like let me just ask you straight up, bro. You remember the first time you ever hit glass?
First time I hit glass?
Yeah, dude.
Ooh, that's a good question, man. Okay, definitely the first like few times I smoked was or homemade piece or blunts. No glass after a while. I think the first time I hit glass was when like my friend in high school and I like got a bong together and we started hitting that shit because like we would see bongs in fucking movies and shit and we were like, we gotta get one of those. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
But it took me. I don't remember the first time though. That's crazy. Yeah, man. How about you? Like,
bro, like honestly, it took me a minute to fucking get to hitting glass for the first time as well, dude. I remember like, even like my first experience with bongs, it wasn't until like maybe like senior or junior year of high school, and even then it was like either homemade or like those plastic shitty bongs.
Okay.
So it's like not the same, and I think I only got to hit glass when I decided. I also decided to just buy my own bong, bro. I was like, fuck this, it's time, dude.
Yeah, I mean, like when you have your own bong, do I haven't used this when I'm here alone
Yeah,
since I got the bong, bro.
It's a
Like,
game changer,
yeah,
man,
dude.
isn't it, dude? It just fucking changes your
And
whole
also, it's
smoking
so much,
routine, bro.
so much faster. It's like I put a little bit of weed in here, I cough my ass off, and I get stoned, and then that's it. And but like with joints, it's like I gotta grind it. I gotta grind a lot. I gotta like fucking roll it, and then like tighten it up, and then like fucking smoke it, and then put it out because I'm not gonna smoke the whole thing at once all by myself. And then I pick it up 5 minutes later and I finish it, forgetting that I was gonna leave it for later. With this, I dose myself out, you know.
Dude, I know, man. Like, dude, the thing is, it's like an expressway to getting where you need to be. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's like you're just used to taking like the country roads to like your hometown every day, man. And all of a sudden they build this fucking massive highway, and it's like,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
cement that shit up and like put 3 lanes each way, bro. And it's like that's beautiful, man.
You know, it's cool, man. There's so many fucking ways to smoke. I think glass is really nice.
Dude.
And also, I think glass as a thing, especially mixed with water. If you touch this bong right now, it's cold.
Mm.
And I think that fucking helps a lot. Not just the water being cold, the glass being cold. You know?
Yeah, dude. It all just makes it for like a smoother smoking experience. Dude, I don't know. I always have this way of like comparing bongs for like people who don't smoke or like have never actually tried a bong, like a bong hitman. Like my way of describing it, and let me know if you agree with this, dude. It would be like if you were to do like a shotgun with a beer can, but for weed, man. I'll let you like compose that. Think about it for a second, bro. You gotta process it.
A shotgun with a beer.
Hell yeah, man.
Jesus. I mean, like when you do like a full bowl.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Because right now I'm like that motherfucker that opened up the shotgun beer, drank part of it, and then like, wait. I'm being that motherfucker right now in the bar. but I know what you mean. Because like, it is like all at once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, like, obviously, you don't have to, but if you don't want to hit it all at once, like
yeah.
I should shut the fuck up. But I'm saying nonsense. But like, I mean, like, I feel like for smaller hits, like a bowl is better in the sense of like.
Building up suspense, you know.
Yeah. In the sense of it's more like a cigarette or like smoking tobacco in a pipe. That you just kind of like, you know, like when you puff it, you know. With this, you're getting a long hit anyway. So might as well like go for the long shot, you know.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Holy fuck.
Hell yeah, man. I know it hits the spot, bro. It hits the spot.
Hell yeah, bro. That's the other thing. It gets me higher, I think.
For real?
Maybe because it makes me inhale much deeper. So like smoke gets like deeper in my lungs and I like absorb a lot more THC.
Dude, that's something actually really interesting, man. And I do believe that the different ways of smoking get you like different types of high. You know, even smoking the same strain, dude, it's not the same kind of high if you smoke it different ways, dude. When you compare like a bong to like a dry pipe to like a joint to even like a blunt, dude, like it's not really the same
like,
high.
Think about cigar, like tobacco, dude. Tobacco is different too, you know. Like if you smoke a cigarette, to me, like I smoke a shit ton of tobacco. My favorite way is just cigarettes. It's the most toxic one, but like it's my favorite way, and it's the one that I crave. You know, if I smoke a rolling tobacco, it's not gonna kill that crave. Yeah.
Okay.
And also, like for example, if you smoke cigars or a pipe, you don't inhale that shit. You puff it and you kind of like savor it in your mouth and let go. You don't inhale that shit. I mean, like some of them gets in obviously, but it's more for like the taste and like your mouth and shit, which already is crazy because it's the same fucking thing, but it's rolled in a different way, so it hits so much fucking harder that like it's enough nicotine in your mouth to be absorbed. You don't even have to, because if you inhale that shit, you're killing yourself. You know?
I mean
Yeah,
that's
dude.
interesting, bro. I don't smoke particularly, bro. I mean I
Yeah.
don't smoke tobacco particularly, and the one
Sweet weed,
experience, the
it's
only
like
one,
that, dude.
dude, the one experience I had with like a cigar, bro. I don't know if I inhaled it wrong, but it just like it came back. Everything just came back right up, man.
Oh
Like
shit.
everybody that I've told it to just says that I inhaled the smoke when I shouldn't have.
Yeah, you
And
should.
that's
You
why
should never. I mean, like.
I don't know, just force of habit,
I've
man.
done it, you know, like I've inhaled cigars, and since I'm a tobacco smoker, like it's whatever, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
like it is like taking like a really strong shot of something, you know.
Alright.
It's like, oh shit, you know. It's like that was too much, you know. Like that wasn't supposed to be done, you know.
Shit, I see what you mean.
Yeah, dude.
Yo, so leading on from that, man, what would you say is your favorite way of smoking, then, dude? Of consuming the herb?
Uh, I'm gonna say two
Yeah.
because like one alone and one with people. With people, I think uh joints is where it's at.
Okay.
Joints. Joints because they come in all sizes, all shapes,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, body positive. No?
Yeah, they're all beautiful in
Right.
their individual way.
Exactly, man. Because like blunts, okay, they're big, but like maybe it's too much, or one blunt is too little, and you can't just make like a bigger blunt. You gotta roll two. You know. So like. With paper, dude, you just fucking start doing art and sticking papers together, and all of a sudden you got a fucking cone this size made out of papers, you know? Like, so, like, in that sense, like, I like joints when it's for that. Uh, when I'm alone, I'm gonna go with glass bowls, dude. Not even bong, bro. Glass bowls is my shit, dude. I really like them, but when they're clean. Like if as soon as they start accumulating just a little bit of residue, it starts smelling, and I don't like it anymore. And it tastes like ash because it accumulates ash too, you know. So in that
Yeah.
sense, I like them, but when they're clean.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, like this one is already getting dirty. I don't know if you guys can see it in the bottom. It's supposed to be clear, no
Mm-hmm.
color, and that shit's already.
Oh man, dude, that could have ended badly. Whoo! Clipped, man.
Poor Rhino, poor
Clipped,
Rhino,
man.
dude. Yeah, he's clipped, bro. Holy shit, I want to throw him away.
Holy shit!
But that shit's already like I haven't hit it. I haven't hit those because I gotta clean them.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Man, I completely agree with like everything that you said about the joints. I completely agree, and I feel the same way. And like what I wanted to add is the actual like joint rolling process. For as much as like I want like every once in a while it becomes like tedious and shit, and it's like
Yeah.
something that you just want to get it over and done with. It is also like a meditation kind of like thing for
Like
me, because
therapeutic.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's the word I was looking for. A
It's like
therapeutic
art,
kind
bro.
of like behavior, man. Yeah.
It's like
Just kinda like
being crafty, you know?
Bro, it's kind of like it's a moment to like sit down, put all your thoughts away, and then just kind of like relax while or just kind of like let your body go into automatic, you know, and do its
Dude, yeah.
thing. You don't have to think about it too hard, and you can just kind of
Right.
like let your mind wander and relax.
Right, because like when you've already rolled a bunch of times, like we don't even look at it sometimes. Dude.
Right? Yeah, yeah. You don't gotta worry about it. You know, like where you are in the process. You
I
know,
think
like,
there's
how it's
like
coming
there's like a psychiatrical like fact about that, in the sense of like your brain can only focus on so many things at once, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So like for example, if you're listening to music, you're cleaning your room, and like maybe singing and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and dancing probably, or not too much, but just moving to it, that's already enough actions in your head for you to like not be thinking about anything else.
Right, right. You literally can't.
And if you think about it, try to think back at when you were like maybe in that situation, cleaning, listening to music, dancing,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden you had some sort of like sad thought that you remembered,
Mm-hmm.
and you probably stopped dancing, singing,
Right.
and cleaning for a second, and then got back to cleaning, but not dancing and singing. You know, because like your brain needs to focus on that now.
Right, right. Like that kind of takes out
Right.
the capacity. Mm-hmm.
So like I think it's kind of when you do dishes, when you water plants, when you I don't know when you like roll weed.
Yeah.
It's like a whole fucking process that you're focused. I like that. I like.
Oh yeah, dude. Like any kind of like mundane, so to speak, action that you just kind of take pleasure in doing can be kind of like a meditative state, meditative like kind of behavior for you, man. And you can just use it as like your time to like recompose and kind of like relax, take like
Makes you
everything out of your
mindful.
mind. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Also like there's that muscle memory on the sense of like
Mhm.
our brain is like, oh, he's rolling.
Yeah,
So
man.
like
It's
good
you
shit
know what
is
to do.
coming. You know? So like your
Oh,
brain
that
is like,
kind of
let's
shit.
focus on this shit, you know? Because like if I focus on this, the sooner our smoke can get high, you
Yeah,
know?
if I do this right, we're all gonna feel real good.
Right. So like, yo, so like, okay, since today's special episode, like, what was the first time? Like, how was the first time you smoked?
Shit, dude, how was the first time, dude? That was a fun experience, man. Like it was a fun time for sure, bro. Like I remember, I like it all. It was all like predetermined. That's the main thing, bro. Because I remember, like I straight up like asked a homie of mine who I knew had smoked before, and I was like, dude, I got like a whole week off of school, and I don't know if I was a freshman or a sophomore. Let me see, dude. It was one of the two, bro. It was freshman or
It was
sophomore,
so funny, dude. Because like we know each
Straight up,
other's
bro.
stories because we told it.
Probably, I think so, right? I think I might have mentioned it to you, man.
But like it's also like as you're saying it and I'm remembering it, like it's the same as mine. At least
Dude.
how far it's going, dude. It's the
You
same,
see the
bro.
fucking man. You see
A
the
week
similarities.
alone, home alone.
Yeah, bro. Dude, I had like
Freshman, sophomore, high school. Dude.
bro, a fucking week off. Yeah, like a week off of class. Asked the homie, I was like, "Yo, dude, we going out on this day, and I don't want to drink because I had no interest in drinking, bro." I was like, "I want to get high, bro. Like, we're going. I want to go to a bar just to see what it's like, but then we're gonna go get some weed, bro. Like that's the main event of the night." So go to the bar, check it out, say what's up to a few people, man. Didn't drink, wasn't interested in it at the time. And then like we go over to this shady ass alley, man.
Oh,
and there's just
Yeah.
like these people coming out, like, oh, you want the marijuana hashish? Marijuana hashish?
In English?
Yeah, bro, in English,
Oh,
bro, with the accent, dude. Like,
dude.
we're just like,
Dude,
shit.
that reminds me of that story I told you in Barcelona, where like I was like just standing outside of a club and this girl walks up to us, well, women, and she was like sucky sucky.
Bro, but dude, that type of shit happened in like Asia all the fucking time, bro.
Okay,
like they would be like, "Oh, you want lady? You want lady? I get you, lady. Come here."
Yeah, dude.
You want massage, dude? Anywhere you go, bro. For real, like that shit is real. It's not just like
so
stereotypes.
Funny, oh yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, like I've had family members that have gone there and seen that type of shit, but
it's trippy, man.
Sketchy alley, bro.
Bro, sketchy alley, man, dude. But we were like, here's the thing: we were such like noobs at the time, like legit did not know shit. That we went up to the guy and instead of buying like an actual bag, we were just like, "Yo, can you roll us one?" And dude, that probably like made his day when he heard that because he was dude, like, "Absolutely, dude."
About that because I don't know, bro. That. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I wish I would have done that.
I don't know,
but like, I did not have the balls to do it. I felt so ashamed about it, so I was just like, "Fuck it, I'll just make a shitty homemade bong."
Dude, I mean, that's honestly, like, I kind of feel like that's pretty smart, though, dude.
Yeah, but it was
hella smart.
The second time I smoked was with a blunt that was rolled by someone, and it was so much nicer than my homemade bong, you know?
Right, dude. Yeah, no, you can't compare it. You can't compare it, man.
Yeah.
But like, I just remember at the time, bro, the motherfucker, he like rolled a spliff because it was like the common thing that like most people was smoking over there. So he probably like tobacco. Yeah, bro. Also, that's what tobacco. So like, I had no idea what the fuck it was gonna be like. Dude, and he probably just put like a dash of like the shittiest weed he had on him, bro. Like for sure, man. And like we was all like baked as fuck. We were baked out of our minds, man. Quote unquote, dude.
I mean, it's the first time, you know. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Well, what'd you do?
Man, I remember we went over to like a 7-Eleven and just kind of like spent what felt like 30 minutes just going around the aisles looking for shit, bro. Just kind of like walking around. Yeah, dude, had the first time when you could like completely get lost in the aisles and have no idea what the fuck you want. And then I remember like after we left, like a friend of mine had to leave. So like we just put him in a cab and then we just went back to the bar. And dude, all I remember was like legit, like I sat on this fucking bench and just looked ahead. and he just like stared into this like beam, like wood beam, for like the entire time, and I was so entertained, bro. I was super entertained for about 4 hours, bro. Like then at least like 2 hours I was there, like entertained as
Oh,
well,
damn.
just chilling, staring at the beam, bro.
That is so fucking funny, dude. Dude, that was in China, right?
Hell yeah, man.
That's so crazy though, dude. That's gotta be trippy.
Dude, it like thinking back, when I think back about it, like nowadays, I'm like, dude, that's probably some stupid ass shit. Like, why were they doing that? But like at the time, I was not thinking that at all.
But I
I
mean,
would
like
not
in the
have
sense of
reached
okay, like how long were you there already when this happened?
I've
Like
been
many
there.
years, right?
Yeah, I've been there for like 5 years
5 years.
already. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
dude, I was super comfortable over there. Like, I was more comfortable over there than I was in Brazil. You know, like
Okay.
it just kind of felt like I was there. Like I didn't feel like I was from there, but it just like
Right.
that was my life was there. You know.
Right. It's like for me in the U.S., like I didn't think about the fact that I was like in another place when I started smoking. Because I had already been there for like 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And like, you know, a teenager adapts pretty fast. So like, and I was like 13, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, I feel that. I don't know why I asked that question though. It's like from the outside, I was like, hey, man. But then I think about it like, no, man.
I mean, yeah, dude, it's an interesting thing because like when you put yourself back in those shoes, man, like in that mental stage, you're like, dude, like you're first finding out about all this kind of like stoner culture, you're finding out about like weed, and you're like, dude, I want to try this. So like, it doesn't really matter where you are, you know, you don't really process those kind of consequences. You just process like, I need to try this shit. Like this is my time to try it.
Right.
And then like looking back, I'm like, yeah, I guess you don't realize that you really do have like more than enough time later on down the road to try it in like safe circumstances, you know, where it's let's say more appropriate.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, dude. I mean, like the first time for myself was also at that age, dude. And like, I'm not gonna say I regret it because I had great times in high school because of weed. Okay. Great stories and friends and everything. But I mean, not all because of weed.
Yeah, no,
it's like a factor in the.
It just kind of happened to be there on the side, on the side of things, like constantly. I feel.
And like. I don't know, man, but I do recommend that forever. Like, whoever doesn't like, hasn't tried it yet. Like, wait till you're 18, 19, you know, or like wait till you feel like maybe I don't know. Maybe start drinking first.
Okay, dude. That's an interesting suggestion. I don't know if I would recommend alcohol, bro.
Or maybe I don't know. It's just like I feel like. It's important to know moderation.
Yeah.
And like as a teenager, no one knows moderation.
Right, yeah, you know.
Because teenagers we're experiencing new things. We're like euphoric about everything. Mm-hmm. But like once you're an adult, you learn about that shit, you know, like.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's why it's important to try later. And also like maybe there's like I'm not dumb, you know. But maybe I could be smarter than what I am if I didn't smoke as a teenager or couldn't consume drugs at all.
Shit, I mean, I often wonder, man. Like, I definitely feel like I would have had massively different experiences if I didn't like start consuming those things at like such a young age.
Yeah, man. my life would be so different. I'm not saying better, but different. Fuck, like almost opposite. Because
yeah, dude, I don't know, man, dude. Honestly, like here's the thing. Here's my thoughts on it, dude. Like I'm like I've always been like insanely thankful that I got the experience or I got the opportunity to like experience those things at such a young an early age. Like, even though I would not recommend it like for my younger self like nowadays. Yeah, dude. It kind of made it so that by the time that like I was like mature and kind of like I was living on my own. Right. I wasn't like suddenly bombarded with all these things that I had never seen before and like didn't know how to deal with it.
That is true.
I already kind of I was already like prepared because I already knew what the world had to offer. I had already experienced it like in bits throughout like my like adolescent life.
But there's also like I know people that like never tried it before and then they became an adult and they did like maybe try it once and didn't like it. Mm-hmm. Not in the sense of that they had a bad trip. They've explained to me it's like I just like don't find it interesting. And it's like,
Yeah,
all right. And like they never fell into it.
I agree, man. There's definitely
Yeah.
those type of people, man. But I
But
definitely
it's
feel like
not common.
yeah, I was gonna say like the majority
It's
of
not
the
common.
people that I meet and I talk to, they're like once it's like when they're experiencing this for the first time, they're like fall in love with it and they just kind of like overdo it, man, every time.
Right.
Like living
Yeah.
in having lived in like dorm rooms for like multiple years and seeing people like come and go, you see like you start seeing the patterns, man.
Yes.
Like all these like
But that's why
18,
like
19, 20-year
I
olds.
say maybe like not straight at 18, you know? Like if you haven't tried it as a teenager, wait till you're like maybe 20 something. I think that's like, but like you will definitely like. I think that if you want to be a stoner,
Mm.
not want to be, because no one's like, hey, I want to be a stoner. You know, like no one's like that. But like if you're a stoner, you probably started smoking in your teen years.
Yo, okay. First of all, I was like that. I said that, man. I sat myself down and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna be a stoner, bro. I don't care what happens. I'm gonna be a stoner, yo. But
I mean, like I said that to me when I already was though.
Yeah. So yeah, this is me. Like, when did you actually like kind of I guess decide, or do you feel like it became like official that you were a stoner, bro?
It was when my friend Zach started smoking.
Shit. Okay. How come, man? Why?
Because he was my neighbor and we hung out almost every day.
Mm.
And his mom like let us smoke.
Oh shit. Okay.
But the first time
man.
he smoked, he went to my house and we tried it. We went to the park and shit, but we were neighbors, so it was the same shit, you know.
Yeah.
And but yeah, man, like he after a while that I've been smoking, and he knew that I was smoking, but I wasn't smoking every day or anything. It wasn't a lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
It was more like casually once in a while when I would go out with some of my friends that would smoke. Maybe they had some and stuff, and they were gonna smoke, and I would take a few puffs, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I already liked being high. And
yeah.
my friend, like at that time, also knew that like if I was smoking, the amount of time that I was already smoking, they knew that like I knew my shit, like enough, you know, to like help them, and they trusted me and shit. So he one day is like, he fucking like doesn't even call me or anything. He just like rings my doorbell, dude. And I'm like, and I'm like, dude, I'm ready to. No, he like, oh, I opened the door and he's like, dude, I'm ready to fucking try it. And I was like,
oh shit,
what?
just like out of nowhere.
Yeah. Actually, wait, I might have mixed up the story a little bit. He went to my house to get me, and he was like, my sister is gonna smoke me down, but come with me.
Nice.
That was it, I think. Or maybe that was when we dabbed the first time. I know that his sister was there for the dabbing.
Yeah, memory gets a little hazy, bro. After so many smoke sessions, bro.
And so many first times of other people, dude, that I've been a witness of.
Facts, man.
My first time, dude, like, also was like a week that I stayed alone. My family left me money for food, but the house was packed with food. And munchies and stuff, not just food, like snacks and everything.
Oh, dude, nice.
Yeah, dude, like typical fucking suburb house in the U.S. So like, that was before my parents got divorced. After that, not so good. Anyways, like, I just used that money and bought an eighth, which like took me forever to fucking get. But it was like such a trip to get, and it was like a 12-hour process of like actually getting the weed, from like starting to ask people, my friends. No one was there. No one had a hookup. No one this, no one that. And then all of a sudden, this one girl that I was friends with, she's like, yeah, I got you stuff, and give her number.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. And then like trying to catch this guy to answer me, you know, and then I was a sophomore. I was like 15, you know, not 16 yet. You know? So like I was pretty young, and we went to this motherfucker's house. He was like 20 something, and yeah, we picked it up, and then we smoked, and I just like listened to music, and then we might have watched a movie, but I think that like my peak was listening to music.
Mm.
But it was because we went on the basement, no natural light. We turned off all the lights and turned on fucking Dark Side of the Moon, full fucking volume in the radio, dude.
Shit, yeah, man, you just went like the most stereotypical thing you could think of.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do when you're high? Yo, man, I heard that you
Yeah.
can watch Dark Side of the Moon.
Right. Now, obviously, like, I was a fan of Pink Floyd and all their albums before,
Shit.
but I liked Dark Side of the Moon for that because it was long
Mm.
and it has many songs, but it wasn't as long as The Wall. The Wall was too intense. And like the other one, my top favorite is Animals,
I feel you.
but Animals is just 5 songs, you know, like, so like, yeah, I like that. And dude, like, it was trippy,
Dude,
trippy.
I completely get it. Like my first time, I also like had it in my mind that like I wanted to try like as much shit as I wanted as I could, like
Yeah.
to see what being stoned was really like. If it was like in the movies, you know.
Yeah,
So I
bro.
remember like waving my hand in front of my face and being like, "Yo, wait, is it in slow motion?" Like,
No, I started doing that.
I was like, dude,
with LSD, I started doing that
yeah,
shit.
man.
With LSD,
It works nicely on acid, man.
on acid, yeah,
Yeah.
man. Like, I mean, that's same shit, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh shit!
yeah,
Right,
LSD. No,
yeah.
not ecstasy. Yeah, LSD.
Yeah. For some reason, I just probably said ecstasy.
Yeah. But yeah, when I don't know. To me, like a lot of drugs, like hit my senses before it hits my brain. Like right before I start coming up, like my senses just kind of like, you know. And like if I put my hand like this and I start doing this,
Yeah.
like that's when that's my test.
Yeah. Start trying to see what's going on. Man.
Yeah, dude. Like because like your hand is on the same spot, so it's still, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like everything moves, so if that fucking trips me out, it's like, ooh, I'm coming up. Okay.
Oh shit.
That's crazy.
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
Trippy shit.
How? Reading the fucking-
Yeah, bro. Just start reading out this script. Nah, man. Here's the thing, dude. What was the thing about weed that like had you hooked, man? Because like obviously you've tried like other drugs like since, man. Like, but what kind of gets you about weed, man?
Look, I mean, I could get deep with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like, to me, it's like multiple factors.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the main thing that I love about weed is that like, I'm a person itself, like without weed, that I'm pretty chill. I'm pretty relaxed. I don't tend to like speed up, you know, like and get intense. Like I'm super relaxed and I like to laugh and smile all the time. I joke all the time. I'm always trying to be funny. Not trying, like I just things
Messing
fucking come out of my
around.
mouth, you know, and like if it's funny, and sometimes it's too harsh, but it's whatever.
Mm.
I don't go fuck, you know, because I'm relaxed and chill, you know. Like,
Yeah.
and weed is just like that, but it like brings it up a notch, you know? And like I like that shit a lot, and it makes me laugh. And because like when I think about weed back, I just think of me and my friends, whoever they are, you know, like just laughing our asses off, dude, doing stupid ass fucking things, you know.
Right, yeah, for sure, man. You
Yeah.
just kind of like it's like having a good ass time, like laughing
Yeah,
about literally nothing.
Everything is just funny and chill. It's like whatever. Dude.
Yeah.
I like that, and it's a vibe, dude. It's a vibe, and but also I like the taste and smell too. I do like
dude.
Yeah.
It is, dude. It's fucking like, dude, the smells, dude. And like once like you get into it and like you start actually like analyzing the different smells and the different categories, bro. I don't know. It's so interesting, bro. It's actually fascinating, man.
Yeah, dude. It's a whole fucking thing, and once you start getting involved in maybe growing a little bit, that is also like a beautiful experience.
Bro, yeah, do you feel you just kind of like feel
Mhm.
such a like a big connection to the plant, bro,
Yeah,
you
dude.
know? Yeah.
And maybe it's the same thing about the fucking memory in the brain
Mm.
that it knows what the outcome is gonna be of all this effort, you know? Because like
Right, right,
I've
right.
been like my grandpa loves plants in general.
Mm-hmm.
So like I love working with plants and stuff, and it's something
Man.
that I've been doing my whole life. But I've never been so passionate about it, except when I'm growing weed.
Yeah, when it comes to the weed plant,
And
I
I've
understand.
had plants that require even more care than weed, but I still weed. It's just like "Ugh," you know, like it's fucking like
Yeah,
oh
bro.
shit,
It just
you know what's coming. You know, like this shit's gonna be fire. You know,
yeah,
like
bro, absolutely,
yeah,
man.
man.
When you look at those plants, man, it just makes you feel like a little kid again, bro. You just know exactly what's
Yeah,
gonna
man.
happen. Oh man.
That is so crazy, man.
Yeah, dude.
But it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful plant because it has a green that no other plant has on the leaves. I feel like every other plant is like either much lighter or darker.
Mhm.
The green is like almost neon green. It's like radioactive.
Bro, yeah, yeah. It shines back at you, man.
Yeah,
It just like
dude.
reflects back.
It's fucking beautiful.
Man, yeah.
How about you, man? What got you hooked on it, man? Like,
Shit. Dude, honestly, man, I think like at first, cause like man, like the thing about me is I always knew that I wanted to try weed. Like from the beginning, from like as long as I can remember, I
okay,
knew that I wanted to try weed. Like I can't recall a time when I was like, nah, fuck that.
right,
Yeah, I remember like even like I didn't want to like drink. I just kind of like drank because like I was also in a situation where it was like right in like it was put in my hand and I was like, I it's like peer pressure, so I was like, fuck it, let's try
right.
it. But like even at that point, I was already like, damn, I wish I wish I could try weed instead, you know. So
Right.
like when I finally did, man, I don't know, man, it wasn't like it was like this whole and it wasn't like I had like a build up for it and like I was like I had like big expectations because
Mm,
like I had no idea what the fuck to expect, you know? There was nothing I could compare it to. To me it was just like this mystical thing.
right.
And then once I tried it, I guess I don't know, man, it just felt like super chill, super relaxing,
Yeah.
like super good. I remember like the first time you have the munchies, for example, bro. Like that shit marks you for sure.
Yeah, Munchies was the fucking hardest shit, bro.
Yeah, man, dude. Like, have you know like Half Baked? You know that scene when like the kids like try it, like smoke for the first time, and they're like, "Ah, dude, this ain't shit, bro." And then they like walk around the like the corner of the alley and into the fucking 7-Eleven, and all
Yeah.
of a sudden they're just like, "Wow, bro!" Like that was how I felt the fucking first time, bro.
Dude,
It was
you know,
legit like that, bro.
I've always been super fucking about preparing myself.
Mm,
So, like, for example, the first time I smoked, I made sure I had all the things I would need at home, so I
oh
wouldn't have
shit,
to go
okay.
out and buy them and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I, it's funny if my mom watches this episode and hears my story, dude.
Thanks, yo. Thanks.
It's like, Mom, I used your money for food on weed. Thank you. You sponsored me.
Yeah. Appreciate the sponsorship.
Anyways, like this like I do that and like I do that with every drug. You
Mm.
know, like how we do it now in the sense of like for example for the podcast we get the energy drinks and everything.
Yeah.
And it's like let's go get that shit before we it's the
Mm-hmm.
same thing for me. It's like a ritual. That's what I actually was reading a lot about during the pandemic, dude. Like people really got rituals on a daily basis. Each person and like with your close ones, you make a ritual, dude.
Mm.
You start seeing patterns, but they're not boring because they're like traditions that
Okay.
you create between your circle. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like for example, like the fact that like we have two smoke sets on this, you know, that's a
Yeah.
ritual, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, right.
and we do it like an hour long, you know, and like we like that's fucking, you know, like that's the whole ritual.
Yeah, it's cool.
Same when you go out to take ecstasy and you buy lollipops or
Mhm.
gum and you like get water, you know, or if you're gonna trip or something, you know, you get water, you might get gummies or something, you know, like
Yeah.
and if you're gonna take ecstasy, like in Chile, I used to like have certain shirts that I would wear for that because they were really soft, like fabric, so it was really nice. So like in that sense, like that's fucking amazing, dude. And for weed, that became like the main source of ritual, some sort of way in my social circle.
Yeah.
And at least the people that I liked vibing with and that I liked talking to and that were interesting and had stuff to tell you and say
Yeah.
and real opinions were the fucking ones that were smoking. So like I ended up just like surrounding myself with them, you know.
Yeah. Like shit, yeah. Like I never really, I never really thought about it like in that sense. But you're
All my
right, dude.
idols
Because
too,
like, no, I mean like
as a
not
musician.
like not in the sense like thinking about it like in the sense of like where I was, dude. Like even like within like the high school kind of scenario, dude. The only people who were kind of like outside of the norm and doing like interesting things that weren't just like studying and like putting your head down and studying and
Right.
watching a movie at home, you know. They were all like yeah, stoners as well, also going out, smoking, drinking, like all those things kind of just came together, like
Right.
bundled up in one thing, you know. Hmm. Shit.
But yeah, man, it's crazy. I mean, like as a teenager, there's obviously a lot of influences too, you know, and then it becomes a habit and it stays with you. Uh, but like, I mean, I love weed, dude. Fucking weed is fucking. It makes me feel good, dude. It makes me smile, and like, why not, you know? And I'm able to do my things. That's the important thing about moderation.
Mm.
It's not about not doing it. Like if you want to do it, do it. But just like be moderate about anything you do. Anything. Even water can kill you.
Yeah,
You know.
that's true, man. I mean,
So
dude, if
like,
you eat too many bananas in one day, you can die.
yeah,
Isn't that
dude.
true, man?
If you drink too much water, you can drown.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah,
as well,
dude.
as well.
Or you can fuck up your bladder or something. You know, like
Yeah,
yeah. So in that
that's true.
sense, like that's the important thing. Like Wiz Khalifa talks about this a lot too.
Mm.
Like he's against this whole like if you smoke weed, you're not gonna be able to reach your full potential.
Mm.
And it's I think what we were talking about developing and smoking as a teenager.
Mm.
But he says like it's not like he's like look at me, you know. I've done everything I've wanted, you know, to do in
Yeah.
my life and I'm doing more and like I've smoked the whole way.
Dude, I mean, there's
And
there's
right,
countless like, examples of like performers and people like that have like smoked. I mean, look at Michael Phelps, man,
right,
like
dude, exactly, bro.
the greatest Olympic medalist
Or
of all
some of the
time.
greatest businessmen, they smoke weed, dude. Like fucking Elon Musk has lit up now and then, you know.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, you
Yeah,
know.
for sure.
Shout out to my homie. No, but
No, yeah, dude, no, I agree with you, man.
smokes
And like,
too,
dude,
you know.
going back to one of the questions that I asked like previously about like what like made like weed stick with me, dude. And it's kind of like what you said, dude. Like weed is like the substance that I've tried that have like has most allowed like made me feel comfortable with myself. You know, I had just kind of like matched my personality to a sense where like it's not that it's like oh I'm doing this to escape. It's not like it's just like an up to like it's like
Yeah,
an up to whatever experience you're having, you know.
yeah.
Like I'm enjoying this anyways, but like
It opens your
and like it
mind
just kind of
too.
like brings you to like another expansion. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it really does open your mind, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Think about all the times that you smoked with strangers and became best friends in a
Mm-hmm.
matter of fucking an hour, and then maybe you never saw them again. But like during that time, you were fucking homies.
Yeah.
You know, like and like that's fucking crazy, dude. And because of that, we get experiences on like listening to different realities and stories of people,
Yeah, man.
and that opens up your mind culturally and knowledge and everything, and it's like a whole fucking thing, you know. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because with drinking, it's not the same thing. other drugs are way too strong to be compared to weed. Like any other drug, it's just like way stronger than weed.
You know,
Like,
yeah, man, I would say so, dude.
Unless you microdose, but even still, like it's a different feeling, you know.
Yeah, dude.
Like I couldn't go to class or work or drive on any other drug. Like any.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, I can't picture it either, man. Like,
I could go to dinner with my grandparents high as fuck, but I couldn't go on a microdose of ecstasy.
No, right. Yeah,
I'd be shaking, and I'd be like, once the food get like, what am I gonna eat, dude? I don't want to eat. You know, like. If I go high as fuck with my grandparents dinner, dude, I'm ordering everything.
Yeah.
Let me have a little bit of this and this and this. But yeah, man, like that's also, I mean, like it's helped me in the sense of like, for example, the first people I met here when I moved to Spain was because of weed. You know?
Yeah.
And in Chile, when I moved to Santiago, that also helped me connect a lot. You know?
Yeah, I get you, man.
And it's not a harmful thing, you know? It's not a drug that kills people. No one has died because of weed.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. A lot of people die from cigarettes. You know?
Right. A lot of people die from alcohol.
A lot. I mean, those are the top two fucking drugs with death numbers, you know?
Yep. Yeah,
and they're the ones that are legal, dude.
Yeah, man.
LSD is the one that follows weed. But LSD is not like it's gonna kill you itself. But like, you might freak out if you're tripping too hard and maybe do something that might get you killed, you know? But weed is not like that. Though it does affect different to everyone.
Yeah, man, it depends on who you are, man. Like, there is that thing about, like...
Depends on your mental state, too.
Yeah, like, everybody's body, like, reacts differently to different substances, man. Something might be for some people and others not, dude. There's always that thing.
Yeah. Yeah, because, like, I've met people that, like, for example, like, if they smoke, they'll puke.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Not right away,
but
like after a little bit, they'll feel like they'll tweak, you know, and they'll go pale and fucking like puke and shit.
Man, let me ask you: do you believe in that thing about like there is no like some people can't get high like the first time?
Yeah, I mean, like I've seen it. I've seen it. I think that most of the time is because they don't smoke right, but I do know that I've seen people smoking it right and it doesn't hit them maybe as much. But I think it has to do also because maybe, I don't know, like for example, the first time I smoked, I was like 95 kilos.
Okay.
You know, and I was like training and everything, so like I knew that I was like a lot of fucking muscle mass and everything. So I looked up how much I should smoke my first time if I weighed 100 kilos or something like that. You know?
Shit, dude, damn, bro, that's so much.
That's how prepared I am with shit, you know. And like I looked it up and everything, and so like I knew how much to smoke in that sense for myself. I didn't weigh it. I wasn't too specific about it. When I got it, I knew that it was 3.5. So it was like, okay, it said about this much, so I'll like take about this much. You know, like already fucking eyeing it from the first time. Gotta start early, you know. But yeah, man. I'm gonna fucking close this a little bit. Yeah, you can close that one too if you want. But yeah, man. And I did that, but like I know that maybe some people like they don't know. Maybe they're big like me and they try for the first time and take 2 hits, and they don't. Maybe they feel a little bit dizzy, but they don't relate that to weed necessarily because they're not feeling anything peculiar about it.
Yeah.
You know, so then they're like, "Oh, it didn't hit me."
Yeah, I don't know, man. Honestly, yeah, I don't. I just think it's got to do with like knowing how to hit it, like just like somebody teaching you how to hit it properly.
I think 95% of the time it has got to do with that.
Yeah, like the situations where I've been in where like somebody new has kind of just like decided to tap in the joint and like everybody else is getting like super faded from the joint, bro, except the new person, and they're just like, oh, this is bullshit, man. Like this is what weed is like. What the fuck?
Also,
And all of a sudden, you give them like one like hit from a dry pipe, for example, where it's like a direct
right.
shot, and it's like you get immediately baked, bro.
But also, maybe think about this factor. You know,
Mm.
like we've had friends that don't smoke but sit with us on the hot box all the time.
Yeah.
And then they smoke one or two times and you don't see them reacting really crazy, or maybe they don't feel high right away.
Mm.
It takes them a while because they've created some sort of tolerance.
Oh,
And that
yeah,
happened to me with
absolutely.
cigarettes, dude.
Okay.
The first time I smoked a cigarette, I've been already like my whole childhood, everyone in my house smoking indoors with the windows almost closed. And it's like I was sitting in my mom's lap while she had a cigarette in her hand, you know,
Mm.
like, and in that sense, like I like the first time I smoked, I hit a cigarette and it was rough, but I didn't cough or anything. It didn't make me dizzy, you know,
Mm-hmm.
none of that.
Yeah.
But then my friend that I was with, he fucking coughed his ass off and like almost fucking died. Like exaggerating, but like it was like I created already some sort of tolerance by being around it all the time, and maybe that could affect too some people.
Mm.
Because I remember I had a friend that was like that, and the first time he smoked, he didn't cough at all, weed,
Yeah.
and like it was blunt.
Mm.
And he took like
Big ass
good
inhale.
hits, and I saw him like going like, you know, that second like inhale,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you know it when you
Yeah,
know,
for
like
sure.
and nothing, bro, and then another one, and then he passes it. Yeah, dude.
Yo, that's always a proud moment as
Yeah,
well,
dude.
bro. Getting to
But
smoke with the homie for the first time.
that was the first
dude.
time, but then when it went back around, he was sitting next to me, and I was gonna pass it. He looks at me like, "No, bro." Like, his eyes were so fucking red, and he just started laughing his ass off, dude. It was the best fucking thing, dude. That's the thing, dude. Like about too, like weed, dude. It's like you just see your friend fucking smiling
Yeah, dude.
for no reason.
Yeah.
He's smiling for no reason, and you see him, and for no reason, that makes you happy. And now you're both fucking laughing your asses off. You know, like
For sure, dude. For sure.
yeah, man.
No, dude, that makes me think because dude, smoking every day. Sometimes you also like end up taking for granted or forgetting like all the range of benefits that or the range of side effects that you get from weed. You know.
Yeah.
And like sometimes when you take like a tolerance break, for example, and then all of a sudden like you smoke for the first time and you're like, whoa, like I forgot that was like this many kind of like different feelings coming in all together.
Right.
Dude. It's
No,
cool
yeah,
to see,
dude.
man. It's cool.
I like. That's why. I don't know, man. It's been weird for me because like when I smoked in the U.S. and I was also dabbing and shit eventually, but like at first, even before dabbing, I my tolerance went up really high with weed, like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I went back to Chile, I smoked less quantities, obviously, but I was sharing 0.5 joints with friends,
Yeah.
you know, and 0.3, you know, and that shit was getting as high. And after smoking that joint between 3, 4 people, we were like, oh shit, this shit is fucking dank, you know, we're all high as fuck. And then like later that day, I'll roll a 1.5 joint and smoke that whole thing with one friend, and I'm as high. And then like the next day, I roll a small ass fucking joint again, and I'm super high. And like it's weird in that sense because like in here the same thing is happening to me now again. Maybe my body adapted to the weed here now, but like
Interesting.
I smoke like joints, big joints, you know. But then like when I'm here alone, I smoke the bowls or I'll roll a joint and take like 5 hits and put it out. And like I don't smoke that much, and I'm high all the time, all the fucking time. But whenever I've tried weed in the U.S., like for example when I visited after being in Chile, got me so fucking stoned.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, like, is weed in the U.S. like
on a different scale, man. From what I mean, yeah. From what
And
I
I've never
understand,
gotten
kind of
that
is.
high again, dude. It was like the first time I got high ever,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was when I went back to the U.S. to visit. And after that, those are the top two, dude. And like in that sense, I think about like because I've smoked stuff that comes from the U.S. and Chile and here,
yeah,
but it's
right.
not that strong.
Doesn't hit the same, right?
Yeah. So I'm like, is it maybe because of the transportation, it affects it in some way or whatever, But like, shit, the shit I was fucking smoking there, dude. Maybe it was laced, I don't know, man. But to be fair, it was illegal weed back then. Now it's like, yeah, man.
No, most places have it at least medical, if not recreational.
Yeah, dude. I think there's more
Or at least,
recreational than medical now.
oh, for real?
Maybe. Because
There's like 20. There's like 20 or so.
it's a
states.
lot harder to legalize it medically.
Oh, word?
A lot more people are voting for recreational too. Like my grandpa, who's a doctor, he's like, to be honest, I believe more in recreational marijuana than medical marijuana.
Okay.
He's like there are medical procedures. There's things that weed can help, but like medical procedures that we have do it much better. And weed can be complementary, but it's not going to replace it. But recreationally, he says like it's not a bad thing at all.
Yeah.
As a doctor, he's never seen anything bad about weed, except for like maybe lung damage. But it's definitely not as bad as cigarettes.
So wait, so you're saying like you, so like you're saying like you can't like replace any kind of like medical, like any of those like opioids or anything that they're prescribing. It's like not really a viable option.
No, dude. I mean, like you would have to like consume like really big quantities. Cause dude, like even you can't OD on weed, dude.
Yeah. that's one of the beauties of it, man.
Yeah.
It's one of the most amazing things about it.
Or maybe if you eat a lot. Like let's imagine you make like 3 batches of brownie. Each batch has like 14 grams, and then you eat all that shit.
Man, like even like.
But maybe you'll throw up before anything happens to you.
Dude. Like I've seen. Like you see people, I've seen like videos of people taking like 1,000 milligrams, like kind of like brownies, like it's nothing, bro. Just popping like 4,000, 5,000 milligrams, like at a time, dude.
The worst thing that can happen is you fall asleep, bro.
Yeah, man, like you pass the fuck out before anything happens, man.
And you'll sleep like 12 hours and then wake up dehydrated as fuck, and that's it. But like, yeah, it's such a friendly drug, dude.
Hell yeah, I would say so.
Is it?
Oh, dude, it's actually the perfect time, bro.
Yeah,
it's the perfect time to introduce the new segment that we're going to be having on the show.
Yeah, man.
Yo, and to have that, we should also probably get the joint. Like,
get the joint.
Yeah, get the joint started, man. I mean, we did talk a lot about how, like, therapeutic it is to get like the joint rolling process, you know?
Yeah, man. We'll get a little bit.
So let's get that started.
Up close and personal. No, but, we have a little surprise for you guys today, and it's a little segment that we're going to start on every weekend episode.
Yeah, on every podcast
episode. Right. The other one, yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
And, we're going to, like, start doing this in the middle of every episode, and we want to see if you guys have things to say about it, too, in the comments and everything.
Let us know how you feel about it.
But so we are. Did we write down the?
Yeah, man. They're written down over here, dude.
Yeah, man. So basically, we're gonna like give you tips. We're gonna have tips for you, and about smoking and anything, like weed general, like fun tips, and then we're gonna talk about the weed we're smoking. And yeah, man.
Absolutely. The idea is just to kind of like share some common knowledge. Maybe some of it is new to you. Maybe some of it you already know. Maybe you were like wondering about something, and this just might confirm it.
Right.
Just kind of the idea is to like I said, like share some knowledge, get like people to talk about, like give some tips in the comments down below as well if you have anything interesting, dude. Because we're always like on the lookout for some shit.
Yeah, man.
So you want to do the honors, man, and kill it and kick it off with the first one?
Yeah, man. So, oh yeah, dude. So the first tip we have today is like we all have that struggle of where we like smoking the roach, the end of it, and we burn our fingers, we burn our lips, or like you burn your fucking nose hairs trying to light it up and shit, or your mustache, or if you have like fucking bangs, you know, like burning your hair and eyebrows and eyelids and everything.
Absolutely,
I mean,
man.
eyebrows and lashes.
And eyelashes,
Yeah.
dude, hell yeah, dude. The amount of times I've almost fucking burned my fucking like eyebrows off, bro.
Dude, I've gone way past almost.
Oh, for real? You actually burned your eyebrows once?
I burned my not my eyebrows, but lashes and mustache, nose hairs, and hair, like head hair.
Oh shit!
When
Damn,
I had long
bro.
hair, yeah,
Damn, bro.
it's like I'm hitting a bong and long hair like coming down.
Man,
I'm
that's
hitting on, and I was like one of the hairs just like, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
dude, that's one of my biggest fears, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's happened to me,
Oh,
but.
shit.
Okay, so that doesn't happen. Like one way, I mean, obviously there's roach killers and all of that, we all know. But maybe you're outside, you don't have it, you want to kill the roach. So basically, I'll do it with a cigarette.
Yeah.
But we all have an incorporated roach killer in our bodies because God is wise. And so, like, between your middle finger and your ring finger or whatever, you put the cigarette there or roach, whatever.
The joint, bro. We do
Joint,
not promote
yeah.
tobacco smoking.
And then you make sure that, like, your pinky folds in, like, fully and seals. And then, like, this one a little more. And that way you have, like, a cup or some sort of, like, pipe. So that way it's, like, hollow inside and then you just... Yeah.
Genius, man.
Yeah,
Genius.
man. It works every time. Yeah, man.
Hell yeah, man. Yo, all right. So for tip number 2, man, it's perfect timing to demonstrate it because the homie Eddie over here just finished with the grinder, dude. So, yo,
Get closer to the camera.
Hell yeah,
man.
man. Oh shit! All right, let's get it. So man, if you're ever trying to like get the keef collection going and it's kind of taking a while, you know, we all have those times, man. There's a way to help your collection kind of get started and get improved. Actually, there's always a bunch of like pollen and keef that gets collected on the side of the grinders, man. You should always remember to like kind of like get like a brush, or you can even use your finger and just kind of like rub it back in, man.
Right.
That'll get your collection started perfectly.
Exactly.
Also, yeah, or a side tip, you could also just use a coin. That's
in this
perfectly
case,
demonstrated with the homie here.
Make sure it doesn't have. It's not a metal that will stick to the magnet.
Yeah.
This coin is a 10 pesos coin from Chile, so it doesn't stick to the magnet.
Hell yeah, man. After every grind, just kind of.
I keep it inside.
Just kind of slowly and then just kind of like shake it a little bit and get that keef down to come down from like all the layers.
And not just after using it, but when you're grinding, before you take the weed out and open the grinder, also shake it.
Right.
That
Yeah.
way you get all the
Absolutely.
keef off of the joint and accumulates on the fucking grinder.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like as soon as you're done grinding, just start shaking it to get everything to come down.
Yeah. That's tip number 3. Let's see.
Oh, the cleaning tips, man.
Cleaning tips. Well, man, obviously, alcohol and salt is the best homemade solution for cleaning. A lot of websites will recommend you that over cleaning products.
Yeah,
for
the
bongs.
main thing is though the alcohol needs to be 90% or above.
Right.
That's the one key requirement. Most hospital or sterilizing alcohols are actually 70%, and that's not strong enough. It won't do the job.
And salt, I mean, like
just regular table salt.
Yeah, like at least a couple spoons, depending on the size of the piece. You know, if you want to clean a big bong, like try to do that.
Yeah, actually, wait, pull up. Where's the force at, man? There's a perfect way to describe the showcasing. So over here, for example, we'll take this off. We could take this piece and put it in a Ziploc bag with like alcohol and salt. And then we drop some salt and alcohol in here and shake it up as well.
Yeah.
So
you just cover the holes of the bong and shake it, you know, for a while. And, well, if you do this often, you won't have to shake it for that long. The
Right.
cleaner you keep it, the less you have to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. The easier it is to clean every
Right.
time, man.
Also, like for example, for water glass, change the water and keep it without water. Like when you're done using, dump the water right away. If you know you're not gonna use it for a while, and don't keep it overnight with the water. That's a good tip because it dries off and like uh stuff doesn't get sticky. It doesn't
Facts.
transfer. Yeah.
Facts. What else we got? You said it's called a no smoke. What is a no
smoke.
I don't
Fuck. No smoke. Things we shouldn't smoke out of. Like for example, like we've all fucking done it, but like it's really something we shouldn't. And it's smoking with anything with tinfoil. That's really bad for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. No freaking soda can pipes.
Yeah.
Do not. I mean, I know those homemade bombs, like the aluminum foil, is the easiest thing to use to
As a
like for the
bulb.
bowl. But like, damn, dude, that shit will harm your lungs for real.
Yeah.
And definitely do not like continue to use it like multiple times, especially with the homemade bowl. Single use only.
Right.
Actually crucial, man.
It's better sometimes to just smoke out of an apple.
Yo, for real, man.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Actually, what do you think? Would you recommend eating the evidence afterwards, man? Because I don't know, man. It gets kind of.
I've done it, but I avoid the
bowl, the
resi part in the ashes.
Yeah.
But like it's a nice like after. But you know what? I think I'm allergic to apples, dude.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, like my mouth gets like itchy afterwards.
You sure it wasn't because it was a dirty apple?
No, because that's the same thing happens to me with hazelnuts.
Okay. And you haven't been smoking out of no hazelnuts, right?
No, but every time I eat apples in general, like that happens to me.
Oh, damn. Man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I avoid them apples.
Yeah, man. Gotta avoid them apples. Banana ice cream.
Banana. Oh, the tip for like coming down and stuff. Or was that the recipe? Well.
Oh right, I think that was your recipe. Right.
This is the first time we do this section, so we're like
gotta practice, man.
Yeah. But well, we like one of these tips that we're gonna have on this section is also like some sort of munchies. I have one of my favorite ones is like grabbing like milk, banana, sugar, and then like you can have like either cookies or your favorite chocolate. Throw everything in the fucking blender and fucking like go hard on that shit. Like when you think it's done, go 5 minutes more. No, not that much, but like go hard on it, and that way until it's like completely fucking blended. And that shit is really fucking good. And like the quantity of the milk will dictate how thick it is. I usually do like a liter of milk with 2 big bananas, and that's what she said. And yeah, like I'll throw a whole fucking bar of chocolate in there, and like a couple tablespoons of sugar, or 3, and yeah, dude, that shit, and like it'll last you like a day or 2, max if you keep it in the fridge, like with a lid. And it's perfect for munchies. It's tasteful. It's nice. If you haven't eaten anything, also just in general, you need like a little energy shot. That works too. If you're too drunk, if you're too high on something, it also helps you calm down a lot. If you want to recover from working out, it helps a lot too. It has a lot of protein too and everything. It's a good recovery shake and good for munchies. So yeah.
There you have it, man.
Yeah, dude.
That concludes cooking with Indicouch.
Yeah. So now basically we got
what should I say? Indie kitchen.
Oh, and like another ingredient missing is ice cream. Put like a couple of scoops of your favorite fucking ice cream in there, dude. fuck yeah, dude.
Nice, yo.
The
Nice.
one
That
for
sounds fire.
like when it's just for recovery, if you're gonna drink it, just maybe use the sugar, the bananas, and the milk, and don't add so much bullshit in it.
Mm.
But the ice cream and chocolate is just a nice munchy touch.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Munchy touch.
Hell yeah, bro. Absolutely.
Oh shit! I was forgetting the main ingredient in the joint, bro.
Yo, oh fuck! Dude, I actually thought about telling you as well, man. Like, and then I
You
completely
should have.
spaced on it. You know, I got like caught up in your recipe as well, man.
So today
Yeah.
we're putting a little bit something special in here.
Yeah, I mean, since we discussed the whole Keith collection method, is why not actually go ahead and use some of it?
Yeah. Let me get a guitar pick.
Yeah.
I don't have the little.
Oh shit! There's no like scoop.
No.
There's no Keith scoop.
Actually, though, I could use this.
Nice. Here we go.
Oh my god.
Here you. Oh, we're also gonna take this time to do some like weed reviews and just kind of generally talk about what we're smoking on and how we're smoking it and how what kind of feelings we get. You know, just a general. I don't know, just a general introduction into like what we like to smoke, kind of thing.
Right. Look at this beauty. Look at this. Oh, look at this
That's
shit.
nice.
You can't really see it that much in the camera.
No, when you got the little mountain going, it looks a lot nicer. Yo. Nice. Just start, yeah, dude. Just start like immediately like calling out the lines. Whoa.
Really little bit.
Damn, bro. I. That's a fucking truckload.
Fucking food scoop.
Hell yeah, dude.
Like Rich Piana said, if you want to get big, you gotta eat big. With the fucking protein scoops.
Hell yeah, man.
And he died of a heart attack.
Damn. I'm not surprised.
You know, my grandpa always hates when people say that someone died of a heart attack. Because everyone dies of a heart attack.
Oh, for real? Is that actually true? Like
a heart attack is when your heart stops.
Oh, that's what it is.
And everyone dies when your heart stops.
Yeah, right. You're right.
I mean, medically, you're officially dead when your brain stops sending signals.
Mm-hmm.
But
She. Okay, I mean, I felt like a heart attack actually implied like some other kind of symptoms or something else happened to you. So it's literally just your heart stops pumping.
There's that, or it could be like an arrhythmia, which is when your heart starts having like a uneven pulse, or like out of sync. You know, one of the cavities of the heart is out of sync, or arrhythmia as a condition where you regularly skip the beat and it doesn't like require you to go to the emergency room. You're just kind of like walking out.
Oh shit! You actually feel it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
I mean it's strong, dude.
Oh, dude, okay.
Dude, your heart is fucking strong.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's just it's raw muscle and it's working constantly all
and
the
it's
time.
Pumping blood through microscopic veins through your entire body.
Yeah, literally.
And it pushes it up to your head
day.
and pulls it up from your legs, dude. And it doesn't matter if you shape, if you like change like positions up and down or anything. If you're jumping, running, fucking in a roller coaster, your heart keeps fucking getting that blood everywhere, dude. Like,
right,
yeah,
dude. It's amazing.
Fucking crazy.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's crazy that like that shit is happening also while we sleep.
Yeah, dude, that's something like the heart, like legit never stops working, dude. It doesn't rest. Like the most it does is like slow down. Like when we sleep, our pulse definitely drops a lot. Yeah, it's constantly working, like no matter.
But it's not even that much. I mean, like pulses in general, like the variation is not that crazy.
Mm.
What my vary is also like pressure. So like maybe it doesn't get that much faster or slower,
Mm.
but it pushes harder.
Mm. What when
For
you
example,
sleep
like
or
if you're in
when-
adrenaline,
yeah.
or if you're like doing sports or something, it might be like it reaches a top speed pretty much, and then like it starts pumping harder.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
In terms of like the way the blood work, the heart works. I mean.
Yeah, but also I think like your blood vessels expand or get narrower in order to cause pressure too.
Yeah,
Kind of
they
like
do.
when you press your wrist and start doing this, and all of a sudden all your hand veins pop up.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, like your body does also like react. Does have like a certain like reaction to like when you need to like when your adrenaline hits or when you're gonna be doing like exert like physical strength, you know?
Right.
Hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Shit. Actually, one thing that I was thinking I was going to ask, man, and like I don't think we talked about yet, dude. Your prefer like in terms of like what kind of weed you like to smoke, dude. Like how do you talk about how you like to smoke it? What like the kinds?
I
What
like
suits you?
hybrids more than anything.
Yeah.
I don't like a full sativa. I don't like a full indica.
Mm-hmm.
The sativa gets me anxious because I want to do things and but
Mm.
like my ADHD is like a million like miles an hour.
Yeah.
And then in full indica I would just start passing out, dude. Like these joints that we're reviewing, dude, we smoked it at first and like we've been smoking it for a little bit.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
weed.
Hey,
Yo,
hell yeah, you
son.
already know it. We're rolling up.
You
Sit
know
tight
what
and
that is,
listen.
right?
You finna, yeah, dude. You just might learn something, bro.
Right. But like this shit makes me pass the fuck out, dude.
Yeah.
This weed has been keeping me sleepy. Like the other day, dude, I woke up, I smoked, went back to bed, slept, woke up, smoked, went back to bed, slept. Repeat.
Hell yeah, dude. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like, cause we've been watching like the Lord of the Rings trilogy, dude, and like this weed has made it very hard to stay awake during the movie, bro. Like, I find myself like passing out. I take like little 5 minute naps every once in a while, and I'm back up.
5 minutes, motherfucker. You were out.
I don't know what you mean. What you talking about, bro? It was just like 2 seconds, dude.
No, you were out.
It was 2 seconds max, bro.
It's like I'm gonna close my eyes for 2 minutes, bro.
Hell
I
yeah,
promise.
bro. It was
Wakes up 3 days later. Oh shit. Got fired.
Oh shit, dude. I hear you, man, dude. Sativas definitely get me like way too anxious. Also, but I mean, the one thing I appreciate about them is the munchies, bro. Like the way that like they just smack you, they give you like major munchies, dude. Which I mean, it's awesome for when you have like
when you
like
have
a dinner to go to, or yeah, when you got like when you're planning on going out for like lunch or some shit. But dude, man, but it's not fun when you're smoking in the middle of the night and like you're trying to go to sleep and all of a sudden, like your fucking stomach just like blah, 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 blah,
yeah,
and you can't fucking do anything about it, dude.
Yeah, like everything's closed and like you just happen to not have anything at home to like easily access to.
Hell yeah, dude.
And
That's no fun.
yeah, it's the worst. And that's when your algorithm in social media starts showing you a bunch of food too.
Facts.
So you're like trying to go to sleep, you're like, okay, I'll watch some TikTok to get distracted. It's just
food porn all the way. Dude.
And you fucking like it too. You comment, so it shows you more. You comment like, "Oh fuck, I have munchies and no food. This is torture," and then like it shows you 10 more.
Yeah, facts. Man, but I don't know. Man. I find like indicas are good for like any situation, bro. I don't know a situation where indica doesn't hit right, bro. Like it's always nice.
I don't know, man.
It just makes it like
if I went hiking, I would not take a fucking indica.
Dude, I totally would as well, man. I don't get no fucks, bro. Either like I mean maybe like maybe a hybrid with like a little bit of sativa, but it'll definitely be indica dominant.
It's just like I get too couch locked, dude. As soon as I smoke indica, I want to go home.
I get you. I don't know, man. I don't honestly. The euphoria hits me. What hits me like real good with indicas, dude. Like a lot more than sativa.
Are you sure it's indica and not hybrid?
No, I mean they're hybrids as well, obviously, but like it's indicas as well, dude. And like if as long as I don't like, if, for example, you mentioned like the hiking, as long as there is like no couch to fucking get locked to, bro, I'll still on an indica, I'll fucking go on a massive hike, dude. I'll just be like fucking really like enjoying and taking everything in.
Really?
In
I'd rather take a fucking sativa to a hike, dude, because that'll give me the fucking like will to want to do it. You know, like I need something to do.
Yeah.
But hybrids is perfect for me because
Mhm.
I don't like either extreme.
Mhm.
I'd rather like find a midpoint and like, but I like hybrids that are almost 50-50, you know?
Yeah, now the indica dominant. If we're gonna talk about hybrids as well, man, indica dominant hybrids, dude. Because otherwise, that freaking yeah, dude. Sativas don't put me in the moment, bro. They put me in my head, and when I'm in my head, I'm not actually like taking in everything. I'm just kind of like reflecting and thinking.
But I think it really depends on the stimuli that you got around you, you know? Like if you're alone, if you're maybe like with a friend that's as high as you and just kind of like spacing out and not talking about it, maybe you might go in your head. But like if you smoke sativa and you go to like a local band rock concert, it's not gonna be the fucking same, you know? You're not gonna be in your head.
Man, you ain't gonna be couch locked if you're smoking indica though either, bro. No way. You're gonna be sitting in that seat, like.
Dude, the amount of times I'm in fucking like bars or clubs or even your house, bro, and I take a fucking hit of a really deep sativa, and I'm like, okay, how long before I make the decision to go home? It's like I already want to go to my bed, eat, and watch something until I fall asleep.
It is a vibe too, man. It is a vibe too. Hell yeah.
And I want my bed. You know, like
yeah, dude. Of course,
that's the thing about fucking I want my bed.
Yeah, dude, because nothing hits quite right, dude. Especially when you're nicely baked, bro. When you're at the right level that you want it to be at, and then like you just like kind of like snuggle up in bed, and you're like, dude, I'm set.
Dude, I think we talked about this when you stayed at that Airbnb for a while.
Mm.
You remember?
What?
And then you went back to your house and you were like, "There's nothing like my bed." Was it that we talked about it, or was it another time?
Shit, I think it was another time. I think it was like during the summer, dude. Like when I was staying.
When you went away for a month.
Yeah, dude. When I was just staying at like hotels for like a month, cause like just like bouncing around, like the cheap budget hotels, man, with like shitty beds. It does feel good. Yeah, after when you've been traveling for a while, it does feel good to like come back home, bro, for sure.
Oh, yeah, dude.
There's that vibe.
It's fucking nice, man. Cause, the thing is that like when you get home and when you're in your bed, that's like your default place. You know, if you're in another bed, you eventually have to go home.
Oh yeah, man. The respawn point is always your bed, dude. Yeah. Just like in Minecraft, dude.
Yeah. Like you don't have to really go anywhere from there.
Right.
Like you really don't. Today. Nowadays. You know? Because like
you mean
maybe
like
10 years ago it wasn't that much.
You mean like because you can like order everything online?
You can order everything online. You can work at home. You can work out at home. There's really nothing you can't do at home.
Oh yeah, you can work from home.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, you said you can work out at home. I thought you said you can work out.
I said both.
Oh, okay. You said both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red Bull smells nice.
Yeah, man, it does.
Let me get back in the zone.
Move back to the spot.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So getting back to, well, first of all, yeah, this weed, man. I mean, like as I said, man, uh, it's been very loaded on the falling asleep, man. It's not even couch log. It's like I'm fucking falling asleep on this shit.
Oh yeah, man. So you think like this is just like full on indica, man?
I don't know, man. I couldn't tell you really, but like I think it's the heaviest one I've smoked here in Valencia at least. Because the other night, dude, after I think it was dude the night that I stayed at your place when you went to class.
Yeah.
Chilling with Z.
Yeah.
And you got home and I wasn't there. It was because like I was falling asleep at your place, and then like when I was getting here, I was like I was like I want to get fucking home. Like I was walking, dude, and like it's like I can't. And then I got here, and my thought was like, okay, I'm gonna get home, eat something, because I was hungry to eat something, and then like go to bed and shit, and I couldn't, man. I couldn't. I just like got here, went in bed, and fell asleep, dude.
Passed out, just KO'd. Oh shit, man! I get you. Yeah, man, dude.
And it's been since I bought this, it's been making me feel like that.
Yeah, man. It is a very like kind of down and chill kind of high, but it's like also what I noticed is that it's like it doesn't really give you the munchies, man. It just kind of makes you like just like couch logged and like comfortable there, bro.
It also makes me space out a lot. Like we've been hanging out and like none of us say shit and we're not even doing anything. We're just staring into space.
Right. Right. Yeah. That tends to happen.
With this weed, it happens because like I've had other weeds where we've been more chatty or more laughing. You know?
Yeah. Or at least we like actually plan to watch something, so we put something on.
Right.
We're not just all just kind of like staring down into the feed and just being like shit, like crickets in the background.
Right.
It happens, yo. Yeah.
That is such a like nice fucking puffy thing.
The cattail thing. The cattail for the mic.
I'd like a coat like that.
Oh shit! Wait. Oh, like the collar.
The whole fucking coat.
The whole coat. Okay, just a fur coat.
Yeah, dude. Doesn't have to be real. That'd be dope if it was. No, but I mean, fuck it. I don't want to kill animals.
Yeah, no, man. Yeah, that's the thing. I do find it. Yeah, I do find it a shame, but at the same time, the appeal. I see the appeal as well. You can't deny it.
Though, if I did hunt an animal to eat it, I would totally use the skin for something.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna, you might as well like make the most out of it. You know, if you're gonna do it.
I would probably use the bones also to make some pretty fucking maybe like kitchenware, you know, like for like forks or maybe some sort of spoon, you know.
Interesting. Interesting, dude.
Decorative shit.
Yeah, maybe some collars.
Yeah, maybe some collars. Yeah.
A couple what are they called? Wind chimes.
I'll just like tell people like, well, all these little things in my collar are made out of the bones of my enemies.
Yeah, dude. These are the fools that have like tried to stand in my way. You just pull out a fucking huge ass collar.
Right.
Oh shit. Yo, getting back to the main topic. Yo, dude, let's switch it up to something a bit like trippy, man. You got any like weed myths that like you've heard that you want to like bust out or you want to discuss, dude?
Yeah, I mean,
those are always fun.
A few. This is not necessarily like a good impression for weed, but people that are like weed is not addictive.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
fucking bullshit, man. It is addictive.
In terms of yeah, dude, habitually, yes,
Just
right,
not,
like not
just not
physically.
everyone is very susceptible
Yeah.
to addiction. You
Mm-hmm.
know, sometimes people would need to go into harder drugs to fall into addiction.
Yeah.
But weed is and can be addictive.
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely can, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It all depends on the person. Yeah, your lifestyle. But yeah, I mean, I think like the important thing there is to like discern the different types of like addictiveness. You know, it's not like physically addictive where you feel like a craving.
It is, bro. It is. It's just not, it's not gonna
mm.
make you throw up like heroin, and it's not like maybe coke or amphetamines that like literally like might make you itchy and your
Well, that's what
stomach
I
will
mean.
hurt
Like, yeah,
and stuff.
it
But
doesn't
there is
create
a
like a physical reaction in
there
your
is,
body,
bro. You
bro.
can't
What?
fall asleep. You can't eat.
Man,
You're
dude,
not
that's
hungry. You get nauseous.
man. I'm sorry, but that's not
You
true,
get headaches.
dude. That is not. That's never happened when I've stopped smoking, bro. What are you talking
Dude, the
about,
first 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks, the
dude?
first 2 days,
Nah,
I
bro.
cannot eat when I don't smoke.
Barely, it's chill,
I can go two
man,
days
dude.
without eating, a day and
And
a half,
dude, I
bro.
mean, I'll eat like significantly less, that's for sure. But like, it's not like
I don't
I'm
get
gonna
hungry,
not eat,
bro.
bro. I'll
And I
definitely eat,
have
man.
to go like 2 weeks without smoking to actually start getting hungry.
Damn, man.
Yeah, like I go through that shit. Everything disgusts me. In a sense, I don't want to eat.
Oh, dude, food is always fucking amazing, no matter what.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Uh,
Yeah, bro, like food is food, bro.
yeah, food is food. But like, for example,
Food
but
is
when I'm high, I
life.
appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I appreciate it a
Uh,
lot more, but it can still be appreciated
no,
in
but
the
like,
amount.
I do go through like a physical, like I do get headaches too. You know, I get maybe depending on my like if I'm not gonna get shaky or anything, but I get headaches. I can't fall asleep. Uh, I can't eat regularly. You know.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of
And
people say that thing about not
but it
falling
doesn't
asleep, dude,
affect
but
my
yeah.
mind, my emotions, or my social skills at all. That's
Mm.
a thing. Like it's not like people are like, no, it's just a mental addiction. Like, dude, at the end, it's the addiction is not to the weed. The addiction is to the amount of neurotransmitters that are released in your body. You know,
Yeah.
drugs come into your body and they give you like serotonin and dopamine. They stimulate that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They don't give it to you. They stimulate it.
Yeah.
And then like since it's higher than the normal and for your body that's like fucking great news, they want it more.
Mm-hmm.
And then addiction is when like you are willing to give up a lot more than what's rational in order to get that kick, you
Right.
know, of whatever it is. You know, you give up your social life, your loved ones, your career, your passions, your hobbies, your
Mm.
money, your housing, your clothing, your health. You know, like
Yeah.
that's addiction, and it happens with weed. In rehab, there's a lot of rehabs for just weed in the
Yeah.
U.S.
Okay. Yeah. No, dude.
You gotta think
I'm
about the
sure there
fact
are.
that
I mean,
like
it is a substance
also
after all. It's a foreign
there's a
substance.
big percentage of people that are just fucking dabbing. They
Mm.
don't smoke flower at all.
Mm.
Just dabs and dabs daily, all day. Wake up, dab.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And since they dab all the time, they're not taking little fucking
Yeah. No, it's like full on
dabs. Yeah,
globs,
yeah,
bro.
they're fucking smoking, bro. And hmm, another myth: vaping is healthier, bro.
I mean, yeah, dude. I don't know, man.
It's just different,
Mm.
but it's still the same effect to your lungs. You are putting stuff in your lungs that's gonna stay in your lungs, and
Mm.
little by little it goes covering each hole that absorbs oxygen in your lungs, and it starts getting sticky inside. And that makes your lungs incapable, little by little, year by year, to expand more. So they expand less and less and less and
Mm.
less. And that's what lung damage is for from cigarettes, from vapes, from weed, from crack, from whatever you fucking smoke. And it starts deteriorating your vocal cords. And yeah.
Hmm. Hell yeah, man. I mean, yeah, for sure. I see. I see. Actually, yeah, dude, relating to that, dude, one of the weed myths that I actually thought was for real, dude. I think you're the one that might have told me otherwise, dude. I honestly did think that like weed like expanded your lungs, dude, rather than tobacco smoke, which kind of like contracts it, man.
Nah, man. Smoking your lungs is not good for your lungs ever.
Right? Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, man.
Nah, man. Maybe Coke. But Coke doesn't go into your lungs.
Yeah, for sure. It doesn't. Yeah, no, it doesn't. But like, dude, the thing, because like the thing about that is like when you consider like smokers, like stoners, and how they take like these fucking massive like bong rips, man. Like how like, dude,
That's endurance. That's resistance to pain.
dude, no, not
It's
resistance to pain, dude. That relates to like lung capacity, like your lung
yeah, but
capacity.
that's like, dude, that's like saying like that's. But you train that shit, dude. It's like a singer or
Right,
an air instrument
right.
player, you know. Like sometimes you got fucking like tuba players that are the ones that excel the most, and they play a long ass fucking note,
Hmm.
and like that takes fucking probably months or years of practice, you know,
Mm-hmm.
to do that sustainably like without it being your most, you know. And like same with bong hits, dude, or like smoking in general. But then again, you reach a peak of performance, and then from there, and it's wear out because you are exceeding your capacities, you know.
Mm. So you're saying over time it will decrease again?
Yeah, because like that type of long damage that I was talking about, like it takes years, you know.
Yeah.
So like eventually you'll be shorter of breath, but very little, so gradually that you don't notice it until it's a big change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
I think
Okay.
eating weed is the healthiest way to consume it, but it's a lot stronger.
Yeah.
But you can microdose it, or
Dude,
yeah.
the problem with that, right, is that like it takes so long to kick in that it's hard to like actually measure out. At least when you're starting off, like it's hard to know how much to actually consume, dude.
Well, it
Like
really
I
depends
feel
on
like
your body and your diet, you
yeah,
know.
I feel like that one like it takes a lot more trial and error, dude. Just because of like the length of time it takes
But
between like
I also think it's
injection
because
to
of
injection.
how often it's done by people, you know. Because like I think if we were to do it a lot more often, it wouldn't take so many fucking trials because we know it's like any other edible drug, dude.
Dude, but it
We
take
know
dude like it,
exactly that 1.7 of mushroom is the average like dose for like humans, considering bigger and smaller people.
dude, yeah, man,
Uh,
but like I don't know, man. Like I feel I feel like it varies so much more from person to person with like with ingested drugs, man. Even though you say like the average, man, I don't know,
yeah, but like for
like
example,
maybe an
edibles don't
average.
hit me. Weed edibles don't fucking hit me.
Bro, the only time I've gotten high from like weed edibles was when like my tolerance to actual weed was like super low, basically. Or when I took like longer like tolerance breaks and I tried like edibles and I felt like baked. Other than that, whenever like I'm smoking on the regular, I don't really feel much,
I
man.
don't. I've tried it many times. Uh, doesn't fucking work for me. It's
That's what I'm
weird.
saying. Like everyone's body, like it's I feel like
Yeah.
with
Same
like
with
with
smoking,
eating,
yeah.
yeah, with eating drugs, the reaction is so much different.
Yeah, dude.
Like with everybody, dude. So it's harder to measure out and be able to say for sure.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's
crazy,
weird.
dude. I think we were talking about that the other day about how unique each one of us are. Were we? Dude, I don't even
Dude,
know, man.
that
I'm high as fuck
that
talking
was
about shit with people, man.
hell yeah, dude. No, I think we touched on that on last episode actually. The one that went live today.
Like
If you're
abilities and
watching this
stuff.
live, yeah, dude, that was we talked about it in the last
Fate,
episode, man.
fate, and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Well, yeah, man. Like, hmm,
Mm.
what's the thing?
Yeah, man. That's a big thing, man. Just because like weed is like for me and for you, it doesn't really mean necessarily mean that it's for everybody else, man. Like how your
Right.
body reacts to it is a big thing,
It
man.
also has to do like not just with your body, but the quality of the shit that you get. It's so very variable
Mm-hmm.
depending on where you are, what country, what street, you know, who you are,
Oh yeah,
who you
dude.
know, like
Mm-hmm. That's true.
what continent you're in, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
Hell yeah. I feel like yeah, dude. Like in places where it's like let's say like legalized or like less taboo. I
mm,
feel like the general impression of like the quality of the weed, where you can get like higher, let's say, quality of weed, the general impression of it is a lot like less harsh as well, man.
right.
If you look at like South America, a lot of places in South America or like Southeast Asia, for example, just Asia in general, man, where like it's hard to get good weed over there, man. Like it was nowadays it's a lot easier, but some places it still is hard, like hard as fuck.
It is, dude. In
But yeah,
Chile, it
dude, like
was hot as fuck,
they're
dude.
smoking some swag over there, bro.
All the
Like
time, dude.
some garbage.
It's crazy, dude. I mean, like all my friends from Chile when they smoked in high school, it was just like complete shit.
Yeah, dude.
Complete shit.
I remember it took
And
me
they
it took
smoked
me a
like
long time
they
to
smoked that
find.
3 years.
Yeah, dude, it took me a long time to actually have good weed. I think I might have mentioned it to you one time before, but dude, like the first time I ever saw like red hairs on a nug on a weed that I bought, bro, I remember fucking celebrating. We were like, "Whoa, what are these, man? I've never seen these before." And I remember it was like such a big thing for us at the time, bro. I was like, "Shit."
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, dude, like that's how much like random shit, like crap we had to start off with.
I was pro at it. The first time I smoked, I bought my own weed. I bought an eighth, and I bought Trainwreck.
Yeah, man.
But that's all the pre preparation. You know,
Hell yeah, man.
the pre
But yeah, but
preparation.
also, but I mean,
Preparation.
also like culturally, like you were at a place where like you could actually
Right.
find
No,
good
like
weed like accessible, man. Like that made it so much different, dude. You didn't have to worry about
I grew up in a
as much
place
about
where
what you were
like
smoking, you know.
to find to get swag, you had to like really look for it. Like it was rare.
Yeah, dude,
At least in my neighborhoods and stuff, you know.
hell yeah, dude. That definitely makes a difference, dude, in the way like people end up viewing it as well, man. 'Cause, like when you're getting better shit and you seeing that people aren't like tripping out or going crazy over smoking some regular weed, man.
Yeah. No, and
And
besides,
then,
like,
like,
I mean, like, dude, like, if at least, like, for example, like Northbrook, where I lived, you know,
mm-hmm.
that shit, you pull out any swag, no one's gonna hit that shit. No one. And I do the same, dude, like, like, now, like, if you pull out a swag joint,
Yeah.
and you light it up, first of all, I'm gonna smell it right away, you know, and you're gonna be like, yo, and I'm gonna be like, no, thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Cause like, nah.
Yeah.
Rather not, dude. Like the amount of times I go to a party and like someone's like, "Yo, you smoke?" And I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, "Yeah, we're gonna go smoke." And I'm like, "Okay." We go outside and everything, and they pull out a fucking like big joint, and it's just fucking swag, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, so then I just like take my own fucking big ass joint,
Yeah, man.
and I light that shit up. And they're like, "Oh shit, bro, that smells good." And then I'm like, "Yeah, dude." And then they like, I pass it to them, and then they pass me theirs, and I'm like, "No, bro,
It's
no
so
thanks,
good,
man."
bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm chill. Yeah, I feel you, man. I
And
definitely
it's
feel
not
that,
to
dude.
be like fucking like egocentric or whatever, you know. Like it's just good quality, man. Like,
Yeah, dude. When you're smoking good weed, it's like
right.
the experience is good, man. Like, and you don't want to like ruin it, like smoking
People
shitty
don't
stuff.
understand
Yeah.
that, like if you don't know what swag is, if you grew up where I grew up and never got out of there, so you never. So if you don't know what swag is, dude, like people to give an idea, it's like it's not like good wine and cheap bad wine. It's like wine in like vinegar.
I mean, honestly, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on how bad the swag is.
I mean,
yeah,
a lot of
for
homeless
sure,
people
dude.
get fucking vinegar to get drunk.
Oh shit.
because
Okay.
it comes from wine and like it has some sort of level of alcohol, really tiny, but they're really
Oh really? I didn't
if
know that,
they're
man.
like if they're really alcoholic, dude, they're just chasing anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
They
I didn't
do
know
that shit.
vinegar had like alcohol though, man.
It's
Shit.
so low that it's like not, like
Hmm.
if you drink enough of it,
Yeah, for sure.
right?
Yeah. But yeah, but anyways,
But yeah, man.
there's
Uh,
always a topic I forgot.
yeah, swag.
Right, the Shrek. Yeah,
That's
I mean,
how shit
depending.
gets.
Yeah, depending on how bad. Yeah, you can get some fucking terrible shit. That's not. That's definitely like not weed
Because
at
like to
all.
me, there's like prensado, which is nugs that are like fucking pressed,
Yes, like brick weed kind of
and
thing.
chili we
Man.
call it papas
Yeah, man.
because they're fucking hard as rock,
Yeah,
like
for
a
sure,
potato.
dude. You legit have to like fucking scrape that shit apart or break
Yeah,
it,
dude.
man. Horrible.
And
Horrible.
shit, it's just like hot box the shit out of this.
Yeah, dude.
Uh,
That's the thing, dude. You can't compare. You can't compare that to smoking like actual nugs of like weed that's been like
yeah,
grown
dude.
properly, you know, and it's clean. It's
Dude,
been
it's
like
like the
washed.
window disappeared in the video.
Oh shit, nice. Yeah.
But yeah, dude.
Hmm.
No, dude, you can't, dude. And it's like, swag also has like a little, I don't know, it's just full of shit.
I mean, that's a big advantage of like legalization overall is that like the like less people are gonna be actually be exposed to like garbage, you know,
Yeah,
and it kind of will promote more. Like, it'll just be more accessible to have like good quality stuff for people who actually do want to consume it,
right,
which is, I
right.
mean, smart. It's definitely a lot safer, dude.
It's like my cousin that does this whole like safe consumption organization, you know?
Yeah.
And with that, like, he, like, understanding that people are gonna consume drugs anyway, let's
Right.
educate them about it, you know?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
absolutely.
have my cigarette
For sure.
after weed, man. It's a must.
For sure. But yeah, no, absolutely, dude. Like, dude, the whole like this whole like kind of war on drugs concept that we've been having since what, like the '60s or like the '50s or even earlier, man. Like, it's the only thing that's really proven is that like you can't. The one thing you're not gonna stop is like people actually consuming like substances, man. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
You're
dude.
not gonna stop people from actually getting access to substances because like there's always gonna be like different routes and ways to get it.
Yeah.
So like the least you can do is just like educate them and make sure that like they know how to consume it properly, and also that the access that they do have to it is like a safe access, man.
I mean,
Like
think
that's the
about it.
smartest
The
option.
drug with wars is what, like 100 years old?
Yeah, I mean probably, dude. Honestly,
It's
almost.
not gonna stop.
Honestly.
It just gets worse.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fucking drug lords just get more and more hardcore.
Yeah.
Like it went from Pablo Escobar building his own jail
Mm-hmm.
to fucking Chapo escaping jail like 3 4 times.
Dude, right, man? Literally, literally just getting up and leaving, bro. Like,
Yeah,
there's
dude.
even fucking security footage of him just like walking around the corner and leaving. Fuck.
And Chapo's main drug, I don't think it was cocaine, it was weed.
Wait, was it weed? I'm not sure, dude. To be honest.
I think it was weed. Maybe I'm wrong. But like, I think it was weed, man. I mean, like, Mexicans do move around weed and coke. But, but coke, I mean, like, the thing about, like, you can't compete with Colombia.
Yeah, I mean, right. In terms of even, I mean, also because of like the climates, man. Like, it's because like the mountains, the
It's
mountainous like
perfect for
bushy
it.
regions. Yeah, it's also so hard to scout and like to be able to see. Even like if you like take a, even if you take like a helicopter for example, the mountainous kind of like region makes it so hard to see, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect, and like the fact that the like coke plants are more resilient and grow faster than coffee plants, dude, makes it like it's so much more like valuable
Yeah,
for
dude.
like the actual local farmers to choose that option, dude. Which is
But you know
also the
what's
kind of problem.
crazy? Like, for example, like, weed grows naturally in Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
and it's, like, the perfect weather for it.
Yeah.
And like, and it grows massively
Mm.
all over fucking Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
But it sucks. Like everything I've heard about the weed in Jamaica is that it's really bad.
It doesn't. Like, I mean, yeah, it sucks, but like, it's not that like it sucks, bro. It's that it's a more like natural form of weed.
It's
Like,
natural weed.
it's the weed that they were
It's
smoking
really
like
good
in the
natural
'60s,
weed.
bro. Like, think like Cheech and Chong, bro. They were not smoking
Our
shit
weed
that we're
is just
smoking
like on
today,
fucking
dude.
steroids.
Exactly. Compared to like, even if you look fucking like what 20 years ago, dude.
We're fucking
Like 15
savages,
years
bro.
ago. I
Our
mean,
generation is fucking savage,
dude,
bro.
but it's a fact though. Like,
Yeah.
it's not the same. It hasn't been the same like substance, dude.
Yeah.
And that's only discussing flower, dude. Like, what if we get into like dabs, for example, which are legit the concentrated version of like
Yeah, dude,
THC,
it's
you know,
crazy.
like wax in crystals.
I
you know?
really like dabs, but they really have like a big wear out in your fucking throat.
For real? Like, cause I have very like minimal experience with like dabbing, dude. So like, tell me about
I
it.
spent
Man.
like a year dabbing, dude, in
Mm.
junior year high school.
Just like a soul consumption, like.
I mean, like I would smoke flower eventually, but like I would mostly just dab, just like those people I told you that were waking up
Yeah.
dabbing and falling asleep dabbing. You know, like,
For sure, dude. 'Cause,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, like, it is a much, I guess you could call it like cleaner kind of high. It's a much more like focused sort of high, bro. That's the one thing I noticed about it. But I don't know if I
dude,
would
to
actually
me,
consume it
it's
on a
like
regular
fucking
basis.
crack, bro. It just fucking hits you like a Mike Tyson punch in the head, dude. It fucking hits you like a motherfucker. You get stoned, and you're stoned for 2 hours, 3 hours, and then you can keep it up dabbing more. But if you go a year without it, like flower's not gonna hit. Smoking a joint is more like kind of like me smoking a cigarette right now.
Shit, dude, trippy, man, trippy.
That's what people tell me, and that's what I felt.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you're not the first one to tell me that. I've heard that before from several people as well, dude.
Yeah. But the other thing is that like it wears your brain out too, dude.
In what sense?
Like I did feel like a lot more stupid. Once I stopped dabbing, it like I became like sharper again. Like I was slow. Super slow.
I mean, was you getting like you're getting like black market stuff, right? Like this is before it was like this is before it was legal, right?
But it was really fucking good shit.
Yeah. Yeah, quality, alright, cool shit.
Quality shit. Like the best shit you could find, I was getting that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice,
And I had friends that were getting blocks of it, you know, so like I was just like buying from them like by grams, you know. And I would smoke maybe like by myself like a half a gram a day. But sharing it would be like a gram or 0.5 in total.
Damn.
But we would buy together and stuff.
Trippy, man.
Yeah, man. But it was. And also the fucking torch, man. It is a fucking like because like we were old school. We were vaping that shit, you know, like we were fucking like with not just like the torch with the trigger. This is the fucking like blue tank. The fucking thing that you screw in.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, bro, legit looking like a flamethrower, dude. Yeah. You might as well like put a handle on that bitch and just hold it like this.
Right, exactly, dude. It was like that, and we would heat up that shit and then use the phone timer to wait after it was red a certain amount of time to get the nice temp.
Shit.
And dab that shit. But yeah, man, I think that legalization, and it's proven in older states, the ones that have the longest, in the U.S. at least. Because like everywhere else, I don't know, man. Like Amsterdam, has it had like how long has it been legal there?
Dude, I mean it's been legal since the like 40s or 30s, I want to say, something like that. But it's not legal, dude. It's in a very gray area.
Okay.
The way that it works over there. Essentially,
just like everywhere, dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. No, it's super
like,
crazy, dude. But like,
legalize it, man. Just fucking legalize it, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, like Amsterdam in particular, man, they're in a situation. They have like a particular situation where like there's no more new coffee shops are allowed to open up currently unless like one closes down, then you can like reopen a new one in that
Oh, there's like
location. But
a
yeah, currently they kind of like they kind of filled a quota of like coffee shops in
oh
the
shit.
like in the
There's a
area.
photo of coffee shops.
A quota, yeah, man. I mean, I don't know, man, but it just works in a really weird way, like the way that they kind of like
It's fucking
real
crazy.
like legalize
It's
it.
like we don't want too much of this moving around.
Right, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of thing, man. Yeah, they just wanted like to like
They don't want to
control. They
supply
wanted,
too much.
yeah, exactly. They wanted to like control the places where it was accessible, which is a fair, like a good point. And but then they also like the way that they chose to control the supplies, like the farms, is really weird, man. Because like for most places, like if you're not like legalized by the states, it's like illegal. It's like illegal to have your own farm, but a lot of coffee shops will still buy from like illegal farms. But so like it'll be illegal from like growth to delivery, but as soon as it's in the coffee shop, it
It's
becomes
legal.
legal to sell. Yeah, you
Is
see
it
what I'm
though?
saying? I mean, yes and no, man. Like it's allowed, like within the confines of the coffee
But as
shop,
a
they are
buyer,
allowed.
are you committing a crime?
As a buyer, yeah, I mean, in theory,
Not
yeah,
like
dude.
you as a singular buyer, like the
hmm
dispensary or the
Yeah,
coffee
no, I
shop.
understand. Yeah, like the
Yeah,
company itself, man. I believe so, man.
yeah.
I believe so. But
I mean,
like
you can get
at the same
arrested for
time,
buying weed, right?
no.
Here,
Oh, here, I
or like
guess. I
in
guess.
the U.S. or in Latin America, you can get arrested for buying weed.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, in the
Yeah,
street, if you
yeah,
get caught buying a fucking G, you can get arrested.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, yeah, the way
If you
that it
get caught
works.
with a G,
hmm That's
it's just
possession. Yeah,
possession.
that's
Yeah.
possession.
But if you get caught buying, that's
What is
dealing
it?
or buying, or that's like illegal traffic.
Oh shit. Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Yeah, yeah, dude. That, like the way that it works in like the Netherlands or like or at least like Amsterdam, most places is like the coffee shops are authorized to buy, and I don't think they have to justify who they're buying it from, and that's how they can buy it from like anybody essentially.
Okay.
And that's how they get past that.
That's weird.
That's where the loophole is, you know.
Right, so it's kind of like a tax-free buy too, in a sense,
Yeah, I mean,
almost.
yeah,
Because
probably
if
right.
it's
Yeah, dude.
if it's not registered that much,
hmm
oh shit,
Yeah,
that's fucking
dude.
shitty.
The amount of places, dude, the amount of places that don't accept like cash, don't accept card, bro. It's like cash only, bro. Which
Right.
only like can only like explain me in one thing,
Well,
bro.
maybe they do pay a lot of tax because, like, for example, in Chile, the taxes on cigarettes are so high
Mm.
that a lot of corner shops, because like cigarettes are sold in
Mm.
every corner shop and every gas station, and it's
Mm.
not the vending machines. It's like they're in the counter, and you just tell them I want that one.
hmm
You know,
Yeah.
they have it like right over the gum. You know,
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
for sure, dude.
But like in these like most of the corner shops, the independent shops,
Mm.
uh, they won't sell you cigarettes with a card because they pay taxes for the cigarettes
hmm
and and for the card.
Yeah, that could also.
So for pack they make like 50 cents, and like if you sell if with the card it's like almost nothing. So
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah, I mean that also makes sense, man, for sure.
yeah,
That also makes sense.
yeah, dude. And they're expensive, dude. They're like I mean like they're like the same price as here.
Mm.
For Chile, it's fucking expensive.
Cigarettes? Yeah, dude, I have no idea, man. About cigarettes, man. I cannot
Yeah, man.
compare, dude.
Now this
All I
you
know
don't
is
see. I've never seen this before.
what?
40 cigarettes in a pack. I've never seen that in my fucking life, dude. That's
True.
fucking crazy.
Yo, but dude, actually, yeah, dude, speaking of like cigarettes and also like alcohol companies, man, how you feel about like the like legalization of like weed, also allowing like those big companies to like pitch into the weed market, dude, and like bring it into
Dude, it'd
it,
be
man?
great. Dude, I think like the best way to fucking like move on from this fucking like like whatever is preventing us from like evolving as a society
Mm-hmm.
in general in the world
Yeah.
is that like companies that are selling products that are not attractive anymore
Mm-hmm.
just stop selling those products and just buy the replacement the better replacement.
Mm-hmm.
For example, like tobacco companies could start selling weed,
Right.
rolled rolled joints, dude,
Yeah, yeah, like joints,
like a
just like
fucking pack,
packs.
bro, or like sell
Mm-hmm.
tobacco bags but with weed, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
and then like it's like the petrol companies do just start fucking buying renewable energy, dude.
Mm.
Start investing on that with all the money you make. Start
Right. I
investing
mean,
on that, you know, like, and you'll get rich eventually. Like, you'll make back all that money, dude.
right. I mean, yeah, dude. I mean,
If all the
I
petrol
believe so
companies
as well.
got together and
Mm-hmm.
they were like, dude, let's stop selling petrol and let's invest all the money we have in fucking renewable energy. With all the money they fucking have, dude, we would get fucking energy to fucking like feed the entire fucking solar system, dude. Like,
I mean,
we're
I do
fucking
believe
broke,
that like
dude.
eventually it would be profitable, man. But like in terms of like how much loss it would take at first, that's why like it's not appealing for any
I
of
don't
them,
think
and
it's
that's
that
why
much loss, dude.
it hasn't been
It's like
happened yet,
it's
dude.
like in the music
But
industry, dude. Like all the fucking companies that were fabricating fucking vinyls, like that fucking closed up
mm,
when CDs or when cassettes came out and shit like that, you know.
mm,
And then all of a sudden, like people are buying tapes or buying 8 tracks or buying cassettes, and they're not buying vinyls anymore. And
mm,
then like all the music industry got together and they were like, let's stop fabricating and selling vinyls and let's stop fabricating and let's start fabricating CDs or
mm,
whatever it is. And they were updating and they were on sync on it. So
mm-hmm.
that way, like
In
there
sync,
was
yeah.
no one falling behind and no one going ahead.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude,
And
that would be the way.
yeah,
That would be the way to do it. So you're saying like that's how like the weed like legalization kind of should be treated, man. Is that what you're
yeah,
saying?
and yeah, dude. Let's all fucking legalize it, dude. And
Mm,
the way it's gonna fucking change the fucking world. It's proven that when wherever it's legalized, the consumption goes down.
mm,
People that consume it are not falling into addiction.
mm.
They're much more moderate, you know.
Yeah.
Dude, reverse psychology is fucking real in certain aspects, dude. Like, fucking humans, we're expert at doing whatever we're told not to do.
Yeah,
We
also
love that shit
that is also
since
true. Yeah,
it's
when you take
primal
off
to us.
yeah when you take off the taboo around something, you also take off like a certain appeal of it.
Yeah,
That's facts.
I mean, like, it's proven since we're fucking babies.
Yeah.
Before we can talk, like, we do something we're not supposed to, like, fucking draw on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, you're told not to do it. And you're yelled at or whatever. And then, like, the next day, you paint the whole fucking roof.
Yeah,
You
dude.
know?
Somehow there's like a primal kind of like endorphin release
Yeah,
when you like break the rules or something, dude.
exactly.
I don't know what it is, but yeah, you're right, dude. Fuck, I wanted to say something about it. I completely forgot it. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, dude, because like this year, 2023, if I'm not mistaken, is the year where like places like Colorado and California, they're like those big companies are gonna be allowed into the market, man. Because like so far they've been keeping it only for like the local growers and stuff like that, so they get kind of like a head start before
Mm,
the big money pulls in, man. So
mm.
I definitely feel like this year and like the coming up kind of years, dude, we're gonna see some big changes in terms of like the weed game, man. It's gonna be some game changing shit, man. Like definitely believe
If
that.
American
Mm,
products are allowed, dude, all the
mm.
fucking Europeans and the fucking Western world and South America are gonna start competing, bro.
Dude, I mean, honestly, like one thought that I've always had, bro, and like I still like I cannot believe. Like I don't know if anybody else. I've never talked to anybody else about it, but I always thought about it. It's like, dude, Brazil essentially competes with California on like the oranges exportation for the whole world, man.
Right.
And like California doesn't grow like oranges during their winter time, bro. Like, but like Brazil basically grows oranges year
If
round,
a
dude.
Valencian heard
If
you say that, they would like die.
right, I also yeah, bro, they would fucking go crazy about that shit, dude. But when you think about it like this, dude, if like Brazil were to like actually legalize weed, man, we'd be we get so much production out of that shit, bro. Like the climate there is also fucking perfect, dude, for growing that
Dude.
shit, dude.
Also, if you legalize weed and you make it also not just legal, but like a product with variations that's adaptable to different people.
Mm,
And I think the best way to fucking do it too is like medical and recreational,
right.
you know?
Yeah.
And like in that sense, like fucking have like a whole market of it. I really think that it also could like really stop drug addiction and maybe stop this also myth of like weed being a gateway drug.
Mm-hmm.
Because if there's no taboo to the weed and you're smoking weed and shit and you got different types of weed and then you like I feel like there's a lot less temptation to like get harder with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, right, yeah, dude. I agree with you, man. Like a big part of where like the gateway drug kind of concept comes from is from people telling you like do not smoke weed all the time, and
Right.
then when you finally try it and you're like, whoa, what is this? And all of a sudden your first thought is like, well, what else have they been lying to me about? Like what else am I
Right.
missing out on?
And then you're like, for example, in my family was once they accepted that they were not gonna make me stop smoking weed.
Mm.
They were like, you better not start taking other shit. You know, like,
Okay, well that's
and I'm like, LSD, amphetamines. I already had them because I was prescribed.
Oh shit, bro.
Yeah, man.
Dude, but an interesting like going back to the concept of legalization, dude. And like the reason why I brought up like the whole like big tobacco companies and like alcohol companies getting into the game is because like it kind of does there is kind of like a kind of like immoral aspect to having like these kind of like vice driven companies like allowed into like this market, you know, because like, it is at the end of the day like we talking about it is like a substance that can be addictive to some people, you know, and it is like eliciting
Right.
some kind of behavior,
But
man.
so is tobacco and alcohol.
Right, so it's about yeah, man, for sure, and that's like legalized right now, man. But like, if like I'm saying like, what if we were to like approach this in a way that is not like as excessive as like allowing like as we did with like tobacco and alcohol when they were essentially it was just like okay, let loose and do whatever you want, you know?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
So first, I mean, like, in that sense, like, we would have to avoid certain things like advertisement.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Like, for example, like, tobacco is not advertised.
Yeah. Nowadays it's not anymore.
Yeah.
At the beginning it
Right,
was like
it was.
everywhere, man. Yeah.
But, like, dude, like, tobacco back then was, like...
It was even for kids, man.
It was recommended by doctors.
Right. I mean, dude, like I mean, the same as weed, bro. You see,
Yeah,
like
dude.
weed is also recommended by doctors nowadays.
Okay, but
man.
like
It's
alcohol
kinda
is still in that face.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm.
alcohol is like fucking a glass of wine a day, a piece of that. Like,
Right.
is that really that true, dude?
Mm-hmm.
Like fucking, because like we still see ads for alcohol in the fucking like sweaty bottle
Mm-hmm.
and the fucking like glass with ice that's like frosty and like, you know,
Yeah, dude.
whiskey and whatever, you know, or like the grapes in a fucking wine or whatever. Like we see ads like that all the time.
Oh yeah.
And it was like that with tobacco before, you know. Tobacco was like the fucking guy that fucking like fucks 10 bitches and then like
Dude.
lights up a Lucky Strike, you know, like
Dude,
like
I mean,
Lucky Strike.
I mean,
You
dude,
know?
one of the most like one of the most iconic like advertising characters ever created was the Marlboro Man, dude.
Right.
He was the most iconic like cowboy ever created, dude, and like he's still talked about to this day, man. If when you analyze like advertising,
Exactly, dude. So like in that sense, like we should avoid that. But we should also fucking take off all the fucking alcohol advertisement, dude. The amount of fucking alcoholics around the world, dude.
Dude, yeah, to be honest, I do.
And people
I do feel like
shit like all the fucking time, constantly.
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, society as well, we just kind of like turn a blind eye to it. It's like, oh, I mean, it's just a side effect, you know.
Yeah,
like, it's
I think
okay,
out of all
though,
the substances, dude, it's the one that's like most a pandemic out of it.
Yeah,
like as an addiction.
Possibly, yeah, man. I would say
dude,
so.
Families destroyed, bro. Like people die from people crashing and killing other people.
Yeah,
like,
dude, as well.
Or killing kids too. Like man, like parents' negligence because they're drunk and killing a baby, dude. Like the amount of fucking times that fucking shit happens, dude.
Dude, yeah, man, yeah, dude, yeah, definitely.
And ultimately, fucking like either having some disease in your liver or something, and or maybe kidneys, I don't know.
Right.
Or or fucking choking on your own fucking puke, dude.
Right, right, man. Like I will, like yeah, like I will admit that we don't have like sufficient like medical research on like the long term effect of weed, especially like the weed that we have nowadays.
Yeah,
But like it makes no sense to have like the stigma that it has currently when you compare it to like tobacco and like alcohol, which is like you said almost celebrated in some cultures, man. Particularly like Latin American cultures, man.
yeah,
You
dude.
see that everywhere, man. It's like a sunny day, beer in your hand. Shitty day, beer in your hand, bro.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
it doesn't matter, man.
Dude, Chile's not
Yeah.
even beer, dude. It's straight up fucking like whiskey and pisco and
Mm.
fucking like tequila, bro. Like and
Mm.
rum. Like it's all fucking hard liquor, dude. Everywhere, dude. Like
Mm-hmm.
I rarely buy beers in bars in Chile.
Mm. Yeah, I
Like
see.
it's
Okay.
mostly like hard liquor. Same in clubs.
Mm. Shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Like that's crazy. I
Right.
think, but like this is the thing. Like weed is as strong as it's ever been. It's still not deadly.
Yeah, it still has not proven to be deadly for sure.
Hmm. And like in that thing, in that sense of like it's like, dude, there's no reason for it to be illegal except for the fact that you're gonna have a bunch of people that are just not gonna blindly listen to the government and the authorities because they're gonna be start questioning some things.
Right. I mean, which is happening anyways.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, it just kind of like, I mean, it might have like aided in like preventing it to happen for such an amount for like
or
an extended
slowed
amount of
down. Yeah,
time. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
it just essentially like pushed the problem a little bit longer, you know.
yeah. Yeah, man. That's kind of what it is, man. And it's like
Hmm.
that's the thing, man. But like I don't know, man. Like I think it's time for change, and it's gonna happen, man.
Call it for revolution,
Yeah,
man.
man.
No, but I understand what you're man.
Yeah, man.
You know, like if we look at like legalization around the world, man, one of the most interesting places to do it is like Uruguay, man. The way that they did it is essentially like sold as like a pharmaceutical, like over the counter medication nowadays.
Right, but it's not good weed,
Yeah, so I heard, man, which is kind of weird, man. They don't have
and it's
the.
also purely medical, dude. I
Wait,
think.
what? For real?
I
I
think.
thought it was. I thought no, it's recreational as well, man. And you can even like you're even like allowed to grow in your own backyard.
Yeah, but it's not good weed. Everyone that smoked there that I've known, like, and I have family there too, so like,
Mm.
yeah,
Damn, bro, they don't have the culture of actually like cultivating it and like getting it better, dude.
dude,
That's
like
sad.
from Peru and all the countries like right under Brazil
Mm.
down,
Yeah.
best weed,
Hmm.
Chile.
Oh damn, man.
Everything else is
Dude, that's sad, bro. That's so sad.
the best weed you get in Argentina
Mm.
is seeds that were bought in Chile. Yeah,
Damn,
dude.
bro. That's so sad, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Damn. Dude, but like,
Chile's fucking yeah, man. It's like
dude.
we also got like an old school rock and like also reggae and hip hop influence in our culture.
Mhm.
So like in that sense, like we're like Chile's always been like it's had a big percentage of fucking hippies. You know, like
Yo, interesting,
yeah,
man.
dude.
That's
So
cool. That's cool.
weed has always been a thing.
Yo, dude, man, like a fucking like Thailand, bro. The culture there just completely shifted to having some fucking crazy weed, man. Like they
Yeah.
went, dude, yeah, man. Like back, like when I went there about 5, 6 years ago, dude. I was smoking that fucking brick weed that we were talking about, man.
Oh
And
shit.
now like they legalized it at the end of last year, dude. And now they have some like actual good shit, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, dude.
You
It's
know,
cool
speaking
to
of
see, dude.
weed
It's cool to see.
and coffee shops and munchies, dude, like
Mm.
fucking Dunkin' Donuts, bro.
Yeah.
Started thinking of like fucking donut. I
Gives
know
those
what
kind
I'm
of
getting
high
after
thoughts.
this.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but yeah, man.
Shit.
What other myths can you think about like about weed?
Oh man, fuck. Hold up. Let me see. Yeah.
Coughing gets you more high. That's another myth.
Does it not, man?
Nah, man.
I
You
don't
know,
know,
I thought
man. I
about it.
feel like
I
I
thought
don't
about
know.
it. I
So
thought about it.
yeah.
There is one way that, in my knowledge, could possibly happen.
Mm.
But this is what I mostly think happens generally. I think that if you cough really hard,
Mm-hmm.
not high, you'll get dizzy.
Yeah.
If you're high, you get dizzy and be high.
Yeah.
You just smoked, so you're obviously going up.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
like in that sense, like because like after like a few minutes or like a minute or two of coughing, you stabilize again and your blood pressure goes down and stuff. Because when you cough like so many times and it's hard every time, your blood is bumping into your fucking brain.
Yeah.
But what I thought that could possibly happen is that like since your blood pressure rises and blood is pumping to your fucking head and
Mhm.
everywhere and in your fucking chest because you're fucking like coughing and everything.
Yeah.
Maybe that helps your body absorb and spread THC faster.
I definitely think so, man. Like it just pushes all the blood fast like into your brain. Cause like, I mean, when you're coughing, you're essentially just giving like little jolts to like from your brain, bro. Like,
I think, yeah, I think that could, but I kind of want to ask that to like an
I would be
expert,
curious. Yeah,
you
man, for
know?
sure.
Like I want to ask that to a doctor or something or some physician
Hell yeah.
or something.
Yeah, if you have any idea about that, let us know in the comments down below. We're definitely
Yes,
curious.
please. That'd be really fucking interesting
Shit,
to
it
know.
would be fucking interesting. I mean,
Alright.
one thing that's not a myth in terms of like getting higher is like eating mangoes, man. Like that's
Yeah.
actually facts. But it's like the thing is like you gotta consume the mango like
Like 30
ideally
minutes
like
after.
30 to 40
Before,
minutes
man.
before, yeah, before man, because like, your body needs time to break it down and then like have the compound ready
Exactly.
for when the THC like hits.
Exactly.
And like essentially, I mean, it doesn't get you higher. It just essentially like it eases the transition between like the cannabinoids in your brain. So like
So
it
you get
allows
high
you,
quicker.
yeah, it allows for more like a more like efficient transfer of like
Right.
of THC essentially.
Right.
Hell yeah, man! It's cool, man. I forgot what the name of the compound on the mango that does that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's their function essentially.
Yeah, I know. And I've, but like, you know, it's hard for me to prove that shit
Mm.
because every time I smoke, not every time, but most of the time I smoke. Okay, let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
If I'm smoking in a context where I would eat a mango with some friends and specifically buy a mango to get higher,
Yeah.
if we take that whole mango situation out of this, out of the picture, but it's still the same friendly situation,
Yeah.
probably gonna smoke to get high.
Yeah.
And like,
for sure.
I try to get super high whether it was with the mango or not.
For
so
sure,
then
it's
at the
kind of
end I'm
hard
like,
to.
am I really higher because of the mango or am I just like high like always?
Right,
You know, like-
right. Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's not anything that it's like noticeable, you know. So
Right.
you can't really tell like that, man, for sure.
Right.
I never been like, holy shit, bro, this mango really smacks me, you know, type shit, dude.
Yeah, man. But like in Chile, to be fair, I smoke very small quantities, and like every other day, I would just buy a liter of like natural, 100% like natural mango juice.
Mango juice, nice, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just chug that shit on my way to buy weed.
Nice, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. I mean, why not? You know, like it's not like it's gonna hurt you.
Yeah,
It
dude.
doesn't matter.
Sometimes I
the
would
opposite.
like hang out with some friends and like buy a liter for each, and then pick them up. And it's like, come on, guys,
Yeah, bro, for sure.
drink up. You know?
I feel that, bro. You hit up the corner store before the plug's house, and you just like,
Right.
alright, what we getting? Yo, mango smoothies, let's go, bro, all the way.
Yeah, dude. And like that shit's fucking fire, dude. I love mango juice, dude. Like mango juice, mango itself, mango ice cream,
Hell yeah, dude.
or mango like gelato. Yeah, bro. That shit.
Dude, hell yeah, man. Top tier fruit right there, man.
Yeah, dude.
For sure.
Fucking mango. Mango yogurt. Dude, I love Papaya, dude. Papaya.
Not a big fan of papayas, bro. I'm not a big fan. They're okay. It's one of those
That
things where like they're
is
edible.
by
That's it.
far my favorite fucking fruit.
Nah, dude. We're talking mangoes or pineapples. All
No.
the way, bro.
No.
Mangoes or pineapples,
Fucking
bro.
papaya, bro. Maybe you haven't eaten it the right way.
I had, bro.
Fuck,
Dude,
man.
trust me, bro, I had the tropical papayas. I know what you're talking about, bro. And,
Dude, there's many ways to eat fruit, man.
There is. I agree with you. There is. Either way.
Like, for example, like, I don't know how to say it in English, but like, fruta en conserva.
Yeah, conserved fruits. I don't know, man. But yeah, I get you. I know what you mean.
Okay, like papaya en
Frozen
conserva?
ones, yeah.
No, it's not frozen.
It's not frozen.
No.
Okay, then what is it?
It's when you, like, grab a fruit and, like, semi-cook it in, like, water with sugar. In, like, a water bath. And it's, like, you put it in a jar.
Okay.
And, like, put that jar without the lid on the fucking pot with water.
Okay.
And then you seal it, and that shit lasts forever.
Oh, okay.
And, like, yeah. And it's, like,
dude,
very sweet.
Dude, freaking passion fruit on that shit is fucking amazing.
Yeah, but dude,
Or,
papaya like
peaches,
that,
man.
bro?
Yeah,
Papaya like that?
peaches, bro.
Yeah, dude, but that's super common. The peaches are super common.
Yeah,
that,
peaches
dude.
and pineapple, bro.
Yeah,
Peaches
dude.
and pineapple.
Super common. But, like, fuck, bro, like, papaya like that?
Oh,
It's fucking orgasmic in the mouth, bro. Like, it's
Interesting.
fucking crazy, dude. I remember, also, like, there's yogurts with pieces of fruit.
Yeah.
The ones that have pieces of papaya is that type of papaya, dude.
Okay,
So it's fucking fire, man. I love that shit. I love that shit.
Oh man, that's cool, bro. That's cool. I don't know, man. I'm still not the biggest fan, but I hear you, bro. And yeah, man, I'm gonna have to give it a try.
Yeah, dude.
At some
It's
point,
fucking
bro,
juicy and fucking sweet, and the texture is fucking perfect. Man. Yeah.
Yeah,
dude.
that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, bro.
Yo, on that note, I think it's probably a good place to call it an episode here, man.
Yeah, man.
I think we hit up like most of the points that we discussed. There's still like some left, of course, but hey, we can obviously just like
we
save
got
it
the
for another
iPad
time.
here, like a mega screen here.
Hell yeah, man. We got the digital tech over here, man.
Right.
No need for like a background manager no more. We got all this on tap.
This is
got
I
our
Martin.
Straight up.
I Martin OS 9.
Yo. And so, as always, we appreciate y'all taking time out your day to kick it with us and listen to our podcast. Hope that you had some value out of this. You know, let us know
out your room.
Hell yeah, man. Let us know your comments down below. Let us know some thoughts on what you think about the new segment. We're gonna be doing that on a regular basis now.
We're gonna do it better next time.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get more prep each time.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys.